So this is, so I hope all of you can see Unproctored Mock 21 2012. Okay. This chat box is here. Okay, great. Okay. Rajiv, Vinod, just a request again, please make sure you are recording the session so that we don't have problem later on. Okay. So we have the screen in front of you should be one of the regular array launcher screen which you see, which is for Unproctored Mock 21 2012. This paper will be available to you effective tomorrow. Originally we had planned only 20, but the 21st has come out of the station for the station. So this paper will be available to you. So those of you who are taking the session may not gain out of taking the paper like the paper because we have already gone through it once. But nevertheless, the questions can be useful for you. Okay? And as Raji had said, this paper is created on the basis of the inputs we have about this year's CAT paper. So we have tried to stick to that pattern, and the way which is what we had discussed in the analysis of the paper also. So we had started that process. So let's start with the paper. Okay. Okay. As usual, you will find the as usual, I will be using the annotation tab. So I will be writing down, I will be underlining whatever I want to do. I will be doing it, and let me just get it onto the lecture there. Great. So this is available. I will be underlining, I will be writing down. As far as DI and LR is concerned, I will be making the table on this itself, and as required, I will be doing the work direction. So obviously, this again means, just to repeat, I will not be talking during these 2 hours, or rather, please don't ask any question during these 2 hours, 20 minutes. Once the paper is over, we will then have a discussion session based on what you questions, doubts, or queries you have. Okay? So I'll start the paper now. Okay? Just okay. So wow. So we start on the wrong note straight away. Okay. Let me just re-log in and do it all over again. Okay. Mock 21 2012. I need to log in again, that's great. So that was the reason. Okay, great. I hope now this is available or visible to everyone. Okay, great. I'll start the paper now and let's see how it goes. Okay, let me just. Okay, question 1. All 2-digit natural numbers whose unit date is greater than 10 are selected. If all these numbers are written one after another in a series, how many digits are there in the resulting number? Now this is a question of number system, and the number system again simple question. And since it's talking only about 2-digit numbers, that means I can definitely require base statement checkout. So it does not look to be difficult. I would like to attempt this question now itself. Now when I look at this kind of a question, the first thing again is we are talking about 2-digit natural numbers. We are talking about 2-digit natural numbers. 2-digit natural numbers will start from 10, go up to 99, or they are going to be 92-digit natural numbers in all. Okay? If all these numbers are written one after another in series, how many dates will be there in the resulting numbers? Whose two dates, whose unit date is greater than the 10th date? Now, the first thing is, half the numbers should have unit date greater, half the numbers should have unit date lesser. So it should be 45. Where's the end of date? Yeah. So my first thing out here would be, ask the question. Okay. Yeah. So my first thing out here would be, out of the 92 date numbers, 45 should have unit date greater than the 10th date and 45 should be the reverse. I'm sorry, there seems to be some issue with this. So if I'm talking about 45 numbers like this, there should be a total of 90 digits. If there are going to be a total of 90 digits out here, but the other thing which is there is that some of these numbers could also be, will have both digits equal. So my answer logically needs to be lesser than 90. 90 or 45 numbers with 2 digits each would be having 90, but what about numbers like 77, 66, 33, each one of them is going to reduce this 45 to something like that. So if I start from 11 to 99, there are going to be 9 such numbers, so it becomes 45 minus 9 such numbers, so there are 36 numbers gone, or if there are 36 numbers, this implies this will be 72 digits. So if there are 72 digits, the answer should be 72 out here. And it is also very, very obvious out here. My answer had to be greater than, had to be close to 90, and 90 cannot be an answer. Among the choices, 72 was the only possible answer. So I will mark the answer as 72. This is a round 1 question for me, as we are moving on to the next question. Okay. This is a round 2 question straight away for me, because the round 2 question I will mark it for review. This kind of question occasionally they take time for me, so I mark it for review and I will be doing this question in round 2. 5 consecutive integers A, B, C, D, E such that A is less than B, less than C, less than D, less than E. And it is given that A square plus B square plus C square is less than is equal to B square plus E square. What are the possible values of B? This is a round 1 question for me. The reason it is round 1, there is an equation given, there are choices given, and all I need to do is check out the choices. Okay? So if we have A square plus B square plus C square equal to B square plus E square, these are 5 consecutive integers. So let me start substituting the choices and check out. So if B is equal to 0, so if B is equal to 0, okay, so if B is equal to 0, A should be minus 1 or A square should be 1. E square should be 1 or again 1, and so it should be plus 1 square, and it should be 2 square, and E should be 3 square. These are not equal, so B cannot be equal to 0. Okay, so the moment I say B cannot be equal to 0, this choice is removed and this choice is removed. Out of the remaining choices, I will check for minus 1 because 11 is there in both these choices, B as well as D. So I will check out for minus 1. If minus 1 satisfies, my answer has to be D. If minus 1 does not satisfy, then my answer will be B. So if I put B as minus 1, so minus 1 square comes here. This is minus 2 square, 0 square. Okay. D is equal to 1 square, E is equal to 2 square. Now obviously this is 4 plus 1, 5. And right hand side is also 1 plus 4 equal to 5, so both of them are equal, so the correct answer has to be, minus 1 has to be a part of my answer choice, hence my answer becomes choice D. Okay. So the correct answer is D. Next question, a contractor does not have space in its garage for infra. Contractor does not have space in his garage for 8 of his trucks. He therefore increased the size of garage by 50%. Which gave him space for 8 more trucks than he owned altogether. Okay, so earlier the space available was sufficient only for 8 trucks left, or minus 8 trucks was the issue out here. When he increased the size, it became by 50%, that means it became 1.5 times the original size. It became 1.5 times the original size. That means it became, it was, earlier it was minus 8, now we can accommodate 8 trucks more. Or in other words, in this case, we can accommodate 16 extra trucks by increasing the size of his garage by 50%. Or the size, if the size originally was X, now it has got 1.5x. Okay, so he can accommodate 16 trucks more by increasing the size of his garage by 50%. So his original truck size, original garage was for, yeah. So if the original garage was for size X, now it has become 1.5x, and if it has become 1.5x, the extra 0.5x it can accommodate 16 trucks. Okay. So that means now earlier how many trucks does he own? He owns double the number of this, or the number of trucks, if it is X, it should be 32. So the correct answer has to be 32. Okay, so question solved. Moving on to the next question. This is a DI question, and as many of you know, I will be doing DI only in round 2. Question number, I would normally note it down somewhere. In this case, it is not possible for me to note it down. So I just remember that question 5 to 7 are DI questions which I have to come back in round 2 for. Geometry, let me see if it's a simple geometry question, I'll attempt it. If it is a difficult geometry question, I'm going to leave it for round 2. A circle of area 6.5 centimeters circumscribes around the right angle triangle of side ABC centimeters, where ABC are natural numbers. What is the perimeter of the triangle? A circle of 6.5 centimeter of radius 6.5 centimeter around the sides of a triangle. Okay. Okay. So whatever it is was. Okay. So if this is, since we know that angle in a semicircle is a 90-degree angle, that means this side should be the diameter of the circle. If this side is the diameter of the circle, the radius of the circle is 6.5. The radius of the circle is 6.5. So if the radius of the circle is 6.5, that means I will draw the figure again. Okay. So this is radius is 6.5, so this is 13 centimeter. With sides ABC, where ABC are natural numbers, or this is a right angle, so that means this is a Pythagorean triplet. The moment that we are hypotenuse of 13, I know that the other two sides should be 5 and 12, but just in case you want to check, 13 square is equal to 169, 12 square is equal to 144, 5 square is equal to 25, so 169. So that means the other two sides should be 5 and 12. What is the perimeter of the triangle? Perimeter of the triangle becomes ABC 13 and 1225 and 530, 30 centimeter is the correct answer. So normally I would do geometry but in round 2, but since this is a simple geometry question, I have taken it in round 1. Next question, ABC is a A square plus BX plus C is a quadratic equation with rational coefficients such that A plus B plus C equal to 0, which of the following is necessary to. Not very comfortable with this in round 1. I will mark it for round 2. The reason that is that I may need to make equation and check out for different values. So I would rather do it in round 2. So I mark it for review and I go into the next question. Solvability. What is the solvability? That the product of two integers chosen at random has the same unit weight as the two integers. Not sure about this. I'll mark for review, come back to it in round 2. Again another geometry question. If it is straight away possible for me, I will do it, otherwise I will keep it for long 2. Two circles with sections A and B touch each other at C. The area of the two circles are 3 meters and 6 meters respectively. Ramu and Shamu start simultaneously. Ramu and Shamu start simultaneously from C with speed 6 pi and 3 pi meters per second, and travel along the circle with centers A and C respectively. Okay, so one goes here on this circle, one is on this circle. If Ramu and Shamu start of 2 seconds, okay, Ramu and Shamu start simultaneously at, so Ramu is centers A and C respectively. Ramu goes on this, Shamu goes on this. He goes with the speed of 6 pi meters per second, and he goes at the speed of 3 pi meters per second. Okay, so this is effectively a time speed distance question, so I can definitely look at what it is now. If Ramu and Shamu start of 2 seconds, what time after Ramu starts will they be separated by a distance of 18 meters? 18 meters. Okay, so the radius are 3 meters and 6 meters. So the circumference of this circle is circumference is 2 pi r. So the circumference of this circle will become 3 to the 6 pi meters. Or rather, Ramu will be doing a circumference in 1 second, every 1 second, because 6 pi meters per second and 6 pi is the circumference of every 1 second he will be doing 1 complete now. And this is 6 meters respectively, so 6 to the 12 pi. 12 pi is the circumference out here. All so the time takes speed is equal to distance upon time. So this implies time is equal to distance upon speed. So 12 upon this will be doing it in 4 seconds. Every 4 seconds, I hope I got it right. Just to be sure, 2 pi r is 6 pi, and out here speed is for every 1 second. Every so every 4 seconds. So Shamu has a start of 2 seconds. So in 2 seconds, Shamu will be here. So after 2 seconds, Shamu will be here. Both of them started from here. So the gap between them at this point of time is just to rewind. Ramu out here, Shamu out here. He will do one circumference in 1 second. He will do one circumference in 4 seconds. Okay. So Shamu has a start of 2 seconds. So in 2 seconds he will be out here. So when they are starting, and after that every 2 seconds he will be here. Every 1 second he will be coming here. To have a distance of 18 meters, if Shamu is here, Ramu should be here. Okay. So let's just check out. My gut feel says the answer should be never, because when Shamu is here, Ramu is here, and every time Shamu comes here, it will be an integral multiple of 1 second. So at every 1 second, Shamu will be here. So the answer should be never, but let me just check out. In 7 seconds, Ramu will do 7 circumference, so after 7 seconds he will be here. 18 meters is this distance. This is 6 and this is 12, so this is 7 is not possible. Similarly, 10 seconds, Ramu will be here again. 18 seconds is not possible. Maximum distance possible is even at 10 is equal to this and simply out there. So the correct answer has to be never. Okay. So on the face of it, this looks like the time speed geometry question. Realistically, it's a time speed distance question. Round 1. Moving on to the next question. Let me just see. In the regular hexagon given below, what is the ratio of the smaller circle to that of the bigger circle? This would take time. I know that the internal angle is a 120 degree in a hexagon. This would take time. I will mark it for review, come back to round 2. What I know out here, I am unlikely to solve this question by the geometrical method, but I will look at doing an approximation out here. Which means I will say, okay, 3:7 plus 2, see how much is it approximately, and does it, because this figure looks to scale. This is a regular hexagon. The triangle again is correct, and obviously the two circles inside have to be correct. So this figure is to scale. I will come back and definitely do it and mark it for you. Okay. Again, number system, some bit of algebra maybe. So let's look at what this question is. A sequence of terms. Let me just get the annotation back here. The sequence of term is defined as 2an plus an plus 1 minus 1 equal to the thing. A0 is 1, A1 is 3. What is the value of A50? Okay. 2an is equal to an plus 1 plus an minus 1. Or an is nothing but the average. An plus 1 plus an minus 1 by 2. So I can say an is the average of the other two terms, or one the term behind it and above it, before it. So if A0 is equal to 1, A1 is equal to 3, A2 should be equal to so A2 will be equal to A3, or rather let me put this, A1 will be equal to A0 plus A1 upon 2. Okay, so A1 is 2, A1 is equal to 3, A0 is 1, so A2. So A2 then becomes P equal to 6 minus 1, 5. A3 becomes, A3 should be, so what I will do out here, A3 should be, okay, so what should be A3? A3 should be average of, rather, A3 and A1, the average of A1 and A3 is 5, so 5 to the 10, 10 minus 3 is 7, so this is 7. Similarly, A5 is equal to 9 and so on and so forth. So if you look at this particular series, this effectively is nothing but an arithmetic progression. An arithmetic progression which has got 51 terms, because it is starting from A0 going up to A50, so this has got 51 terms. So it has got 51 terms. Okay? And the terms, if you just remember, A0 is 1, A1 is equal to 3, A2 is equal to 5, A3 is equal to 7. So there is nothing but series of odd numbers. The 58th term A50 is going to be or then the A50 is nothing but the 51st term. So in a way I can say this is nothing but into 2. For example, this is nothing but 2 into 2 plus 1. This is 2 into 1 plus 1. So A50 should be 2 into 50 plus 1, which is 1 kilo 1. So this is an arithmetic progression, 51 terms. The sum of arithmetic progression is n by 2 into a plus l. So n by 2 is okay. So n by 2 into a plus l. A is nothing but a first term is 1 plus the last term is 101. Okay, so which is nothing but 51 is the n is 51. So 102 to 51. Yeah. Extremely sorry for this problem which is coming again and again. We have to just try to ensure that problem we don't have anymore. Okay. So the sum of the terms will be n by 2, number of terms is 51 by 2 into a plus n, which is 102. 102 which is equal to 51. So 51 square is equal to 2601, because 15 square is 15 square is 2500. So 51 square should be 2500 plus 50 plus 51. So the correct answer is choice C. Okay. Next, quickly, 500 factorial plus 505 factorial is just how many distinct values of n are possible. So there is nothing but taking 500 factorial outside into 1 plus, okay, this is effectively 505 factorial by 500 factorial, okay, plus 10 together. So effectively if you are looking for highest power of 5, it will come only out of this, because while this is a multiple of 5 and the other term will also be a multiple of 5, the moment you add 1, there will cease to be a multiple of 5. Okay? this is not going to give us any power of 5. This will give us the power of 5. So 500 factorial, the highest power will be 500 by 5 into Resolve for next time, let us try to solve this problem. So we need to get the answer on the basis of 500 factorial. This will be 500 by 5 is 100, 100 by 5 is 20, 20 by 5 is 4, 4 by 5 is less than 1, so 124 becomes the correct answer. Okay, so the correct answer is 124. Okay, moving on to the next question. I think I had done this question earlier. I had to definitely do it because I had done this kind of a question earlier. Or this seems familiar. I think I had done this very question earlier. The rectangle with perimeter 88 is partitioned into 5 incongruent triangles as shown in the figure below. The perimeter of each of the congruent triangle is what? Okay. So if I assume this side to be x or other the width to be x, this is also x, this is also x. So if this is the length, so I can say the length is nothing but 1.5x. So this is equal to 3x. So this is 3x. That means the length is nothing but 1.5x. This is also 1.5x. So then similarly, when I look at the width of the rectangle, it is effectively equal to this is equal to again 1.5x. This is 1.5x and this is x, so 2.5x. So this is equal to 3x. This is again 1.5x. And this is 0.5, this is x, so 2.5, so 5.5x, or rather let me put this way, the perimeter which is equal to 88 meters is equal to 3x out here, 1.5x and 1x, 2x, 2.5x out, this is 2.5x, so 5.5 into 2, 11.5x is equal to, so 11x is equal to 88, if 11x is equal to 88, that means x is equal to 8. So x is equal to 8, that means the side of the width is, this is 8, this is 12, this is 12, okay, and this is again 8, this is equal to 8 and this is equal to 12. So this is, so we need to know the perimeter of each of the triangles is 12, each of the triangle is 12 by 8, so 12 plus 8, 20, 20 into 2, 40, or the perimeter of each of the triangle is 40 meters. Again, a dissective, when you look at it only in round 2, this however looks to be calculation intensive, lots of data, but we'll come back to it and check out in round 2. Okay. Next is, if x plus y is equal to 1, what is the value of x cube plus y cube plus 3x? Okay. Round 1 question for me, I will typically do this question by substituting. If x plus y is 1, let me assume x to be 0.5 and y also to be 0.5. Okay. So I will assume x and y to be 0.5 each, and based on that I will try to get the value of this particular expression. And again, if you remember my method, my purpose is if it is true for all values of x, because these are all general values, for it should be true for all values of x, it should be true for my value of x also. So if I take x to be 1 by 2 and y to be 1 by 2, this condition is satisfied. So x cube becomes 1 by 8 plus 1 by 8 plus 3 by 4, which is nothing but, so this is effectively 6 by 8. 6 by 8 plus 2 by 8, which is equal to 8 by 8 or equal to 1. So the correct answer should be 1, because for my values of x it has become 1, so it should be true for all values of x and y. So the correct answer is 1. So let me look at this. Looks strange, not very sure, but let me still go to the question. From a point P, the tangents PQ, PT and are drawn with center O, right, and radius 2 units. From the center OA and OB are drawn parallel to P. Okay, so OA and OB are parallel to PQ and PT respectively. Okay, they don't look parallel. So I will possibly to correct the figure if I don't know how to solve it by geometrical method. The length of the chord is chord PQ. Okay, this is PQ. PQ is 2 units. Find angle AOB. Now 2 questions. For me, I am not sure how to do. So I'll mark it for review and move on. Log, difficult looking equation, yet it is a round 1 question. For me, it is a round 1 question for me because I can substitute the choices and get the answer. Okay. So let me look at the choices. Choice A, log infinity. Choice B, minus 5, 4. Okay, choice. Okay, let me check out for x equal to 1. Because if it satisfies for x equal to 1, but x equal to 1 is available in 3 choices. Let me check out for x equal to 3 actually. 3, 5, 3, 5 minus 3, 2, okay. So let me see if it satisfies for x equal to 2 or not. Sorry, x equal to 3. X equal to 3 is available in choice A. X equal to 3 is available in choice B also. It is not available in choice C and choice D. So I can definitely check out the answer on the basis of x equal to 3. Because if x equal to 3 satisfies, the answer is either choice A or choice B. If it does not satisfy, the correct answer obviously will have to be choice C or choice B. So if we put x equal to 3, so checking for x equal to 3, this expression, the one in the denominator we have x cube minus 7x square plus 14x. Yeah. Okay, let me just put x, the value of x directly into the expression. Then let me check for x equal to 3 first. X equal to 3 is available in choice C, not available in D. C and D available in choice A and D. So x equal to 3 means this becomes under root of 3 cube is x cube to 27 minus 3 is the 9 by 2 763 plus 14 into 3 42 minus 8. So minus 8 this becomes 42 plus 27 69. So this will be a negative number. So x equal to 3 will not satisfy because this will be an under root of a negative number. So my answer cannot be x equal to 3. And since x equal to 3 is available in choice A and B, that means this cannot be the answer for me. So that means I am straight away eliminating choice A as well as choice B because these contain x equal to 3. So now between these two choices, choice B as well as choice D, both of them are 1 to 2. From here it says this is so while we have eliminated choice A and B, between choice C and D, let us see what is the difference between the two. Choice D goes beyond 5 while choice D is stopping at 5. So another even x equal to 5 is not available in choice. Numbers of x of equal to 5 or greater than 5 are not available in choice 3. So that means that x equal to 5 or greater than 5 satisfies, the answer should be C. The answer should be D, else it should be C. Now between the two, what is clearly visible is that x equal to 5 cannot be the answer. X equal to 5 cannot be the answer because here we have this log of base 5 minus mod x. So if x is equal to 5, the base will become equal to 0, which is not possible. That means x equal to 5 is not a possible answer since x equal to 5 is available in choice D, so it cannot be the answer. And we had earlier eliminated choice A and C on the basis of x equal to 3. So A, B and D are incorrect, so the correct answer becomes choice C. So mark the answer, move on to the next one. Lost lots of time unnecessarily. Function Fn is defined as this thing, okay. Fn minus 1 is equal to 2. For all natural numbers n, f1 is 2. What is the value of jth of f1 plus jth of f2 up to jth of f3? Yes, jth is greatest integer function. Okay. Function, greatest integer function, I can look at solving it, so let me just try to write down the sequence first of all. So we know that, I know that f1 is equal to 2. What will be f2? So if I look at this particular thing, f of 1 will be equal to 1 upon 2 minus f2, or which implies f1 is equal to 2. So this becomes, in fact, let me just convert this expression into fn. Okay. So if I do that, 2 minus fn is equal to 1 upon f of n minus 1, which implies f of n is stated here, f of n will be equal to 2 minus 1 upon f of n plus 1. I remember, let me see if I remember this thing. So what we had got out here was, f of n is equal to 2 minus 1 upon, if I remember correctly, fn minus 1. So what was okay, very quickly. Secondly, what we are getting out here is f of n is equal to 2 minus 1 upon f n minus 1. So this means while f1 is equal to 2, f1 is equal to 2. So f1 will be equal to 2. So f2 should be less than 2 actually. 2 will be less than 2. So f1 is equal to 2. f2 will be equal to 1 minus 1 upon 2, which is equal to 3 by 2. f3 will be equal to 1 minus 3 by 2, 1 minus 2 by 3, which is equal to 1 by 3. 1 minus 1 by 3. Got it right? What was the equation? F of n is equal to 1 minus, 2 minus 2 by 3, which is 4 by 3. F of 4 should be 2 minus 4 by 3, which is equal to 6 minus, so this will be 3 by 4 actually, 3 by 4, so this becomes 8 pi by 4. Okay, so we have the pattern now. So while f1 is equal to 2, after that every term is 3 by 2, 4 by 3, 5 by 4, 6 by 5, and so on. Okay, so if I am looking at the greatest integer function, that means each of these, the greatest integer function of this will be 2. Each one of them is slightly greater than 1. So greatest integer value of each one of them will be 1. So how many terms are there? There are 50. So while this is 2, each one of the others is 1. So these will add up to 49 plus 2, 51. The correct answer should be choice A. Thankfully, yes. Geometry again, trapezium installation, something that I am comfortable with. So let me try doing it out here. This is a trapezium DEFG circumscribed about the circle that has a center at C. If DM is equal to 1 centimeter, okay, this is 1. GN is equal to 4. Okay, GN is 4, so this should also be 4 because these are tangents. And measure of DEF and EFG, these are 90 degrees. Find the radius of this circle. Okay. So okay, let me just. This has to be solved by the equal, so these are there, so this somewhere 5 plus 12 should come out in this section. So if I meet the value of the radius of the circle. Okay. So this is there, let me just. Okay, I think I got the answer. Mn, this is equal to the diameter of the circle, okay, or Nc is the radius of the circle, and obviously this is parallel, I have drawn it parallel, so that this is a right angle triangle. Okay. Now this is equal to 1 centimeter because this is equal to Bn is equal to this. Okay. Or in other words, if I say A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, let me call this constant H. So Hn is equal to 1. So if this is equal to 4 centimeters and this is 1, that means GH should be equal to 3 centimeters. Okay. So if this is 3, this is 4 outside, this is 4. Okay. So find the radius of the circle. Radius of the circle will be here. So it should be 4 square minus 3 square. 4 square is equal to So we had get this is 4, the other, this is 4, this is 4, this is 1, this is 1. So if I draw a line like this also is equal to 1. This is parallel to the diameter. Okay. So this is 4, this is obviously 3. This is 4 and 1, 5, so this should be 4. Okay, so yes. So this is equal to 5 centimeters. So effectively, this is a DG is equal to, this is equal to 2 centimeters, this is equal to 3. Obviously, using Pythagorean system, this is 4. So the diameter of the circle is dia is equal to 4, or radius should be equal to 2 centimeters. So radius is equal to 2 centimeters. List price of an article was increased by 10%, was decreased by 10%. If the initial size became 20, then find the initial, if the final size became 20, find the initial list price in rupees. The moment I look at this question, what strikes to me is that my final size has to be lesser than the initial size. Why? Because it was increased by 10%, when decreased by 10%, that means there will be a net decline of 1%. So the final size is equal to 99% of the initial size. So my answer has to be 20 into something which is less than 1. So when I look at 20 into something which is less than 1, this is 20 square should be just, the change has to be just around 1%. So my answer should be very close to 1%. Very close to 20. So this cannot be the answer. So this is definitely wrong because it's very, very small. We are looking at 20 into something which is less than 1. Okay? And 100 square, this is doesn't make sense. Okay? This is okay. Let me just check out. Then trying to do. Let me the calculation not difficult. So let me solve the question. If the initial size for x, increasing it by 10% means it has become 110 by 100. Decreasing it by 10% means now it has become 90 by 100. Then it should be equal to 20. So x should be equal to 20 into 100 square upon 110 into 90. Now 110 into 90 is nothing but 110 into 90 is equal to 100 plus 10 into 100 minus 10. I'm sorry, 100 minus 10, which is nothing but 100 square minus 10 square. So in the denominator I need to have 100 square minus 10 square here. So 20 into 100 square. So the correct answer is choice C. So stop annotating and let me quickly mark the answer choice C. Again DI, I'll come back to it later, but just to have an understanding, fill in the blank. Okay, can be considered. I will look at it later, but okay. The 25 is 27, so 28. Radius of cross section of point radius of cross section of pipe P1, P2 are 7 meters and 14 meters. So time and work has to be done by me. They are typically round one questions for me. And till that it's very difficult. 7 meters cross section are 7 meters and 14 meters respectively. Water flows to P1 at the rate of 10 meters per second. It can alone fill it in the tank in 2 hours. P1 is used as inlet and P2 as outlet pipe. Then together they fill the tank in 4 hours. What is the rate of water flow to P2? So P1 has and P2. P1 has a radius of 7. P2 has a radius of 14. So the ratio of radius is 1:2. So flow rate of water then has to be the ratio of 1:4. Actually 1:4. Because flow rate of water is equal to area of cross section. Area of cross section of the pipe multiplied by the speed of the water. Okay. So area is R square. So in other words, I said the ratio of speed is 1:4. The ratio of speed is 1:4. Water flows alone, it can fill it in 2 hours. Together, when this is inlet and this is outlet, they are filling it in 4 hours. Okay. Weight of 2 P2 should be less than actually 10. Okay, so they are taking double the time. So the moment you take double the time, whatever is coming out here, okay, half of it is going out. Okay. In other words, whatever is being filled by P1, whatever P1 is filling, half of that is going out to P2. So if the ratio of radius is 1:4, the ratio of speed of water, if it is 10 out here, this should become 2.5. Okay? Because the ratio of radius, because of the filling the flow rate with area and speed, if the ratio of area of cross section is 1:4, because the ratio of radius is 1:2, this is 1:2, so 1:4 is the area, ratio of area. So the ratio of speed should be 4:1, or ratio of the speed of water from P2 should be 1/4 of this, or 2.5. This is assuming both of them had water flowing at the same rate. But what is happening out here is P1 can fill it alone in 2 hours. Together with P2 they fill it in 4 hours, because P2 is the outlet, or in other words, half the water flows out of P2. If there are 8 meters coming into P1, x/2 is going out. Or in other words, the speed should become further divided by 2. The speed of this will be 1.25. So the correct answer has to be choice B. I suggest that after we do the paper, go through this solution again. Basic ratios have been used, but to get the answer out here. Number 44 is written as a product of 5 distinct integers. N is the sum of these 5 integers. What is the sum of all possible values of n? So let me just write down the factors. Number system should be done. 44 is 11 into 4, so it is 2 into 2 into 11. 5 distinct integers. If I have to get 5 distinct integers, obviously I need to add a -1 and +1 also. So that still makes it, so let me make this as -2. Okay. Yes, now these are 5 distinct integers. So what is the sum of all the possible values of n? If n is the sum of these 5 distinct integers, so one of the possible values, one of the combination is another combination possible. No, because I can add only +1 and -1, I cannot add. So this appears to be the only case. So what is the answer over here? The sum, this +2 and -2 go out, these two go out, so this is equal to 11. Okay. Just think it over if there is any other case possible. Again, 2 into 2 into 11. I have to put a 1 into 1, and I can't make this minus. If I make this minus, 9. And do it like this. Minus 11 to 4. This is giving me 11. So for any other case, so 11 is the smallest possible value. Okay. It is not distinct. Yes, it is not distinct because these two have to be different. Okay. So correct answer is 11. Okay. So okay. See, when a gambling casinos oil, they start with sums of money ratio 7:6:5, finish with sums of money ratio 6:12. One of them $112. How many dollars did they start with? Okay, that should not be a problem. Let me quickly do this question. They had 7, 6, 13, 13 and 5, 18. Ratios 7 by 18, 6 by 18 and 5 by 18. Okay, so 7 by 18, 6 by 18 and 5 by 18 is what we have out here initially, and finally they have 6 by 10, 6 by 15, 5 by 15 and 4 by 15. Okay, one of them won $12. So the person in the middle, he is not won anything because in the first case he got 6 by 18, which is 1/3. In the end also he has 5 by 15 or 1/3 of the total money. So he has not won anything. The money has been won either by the first person or the last person. The first person had 7 by 18 and which became 6 by 15, and the last person had 5 by 18 which became 4 by 15. So 6 by 15 is 40%. Is in yeah. Okay, so 6 by 7 by how much was it? 7 by 18 and 6 by 15. 6 by 15 is equal to 0.4 or 40%. And here it's a case of losing money because 7 by 18 will be less than 40%. 10% is 1.8, 20% is 3.6, 40% will be 7.2. Okay, so this was less than 40%. So from 40%, less than 40% is become 40%. So obviously he gained $12. Okay, so the original amount of money was X, final is also X. So what we can say is 6 by 15 minus 7 by 18 of X is equal to 12. So 18 5 is 90. So the LCM of 15, 18 is 90. 90 means 56 are 90. So this is 36 by 90 minus 18 5 is 35 by 90. This is equal to 12. So this implies 1 by 90 of X of the original money is equal to 12. Or X is equal to 12 into 9 is 998, so 1080. Correct answer is 1080. Lost significant amount of time. So let me just go to the review button because of this annotation issue we have lost time unnecessarily. So review mark. Let me quickly do the review mark question and see which one I should definitely be doing. I think it can be done because this question typically you need to say this function is equivalent to X and then we'll solve it some step. So if I take it to be equal to K, so I can say Bx minus Ay is equal to KdC, Ay minus Cz is equal to K into AC, and Cz minus Bx is equal to K into AB. So we need to find AB plus CA, add all of them, this becomes K into AB plus AC plus AB plus AC plus BC, and here I have Bx minus Bx plus Ay minus Ay, C is equal to 0, or this is equal to 0, AB plus AC plus BC, so sum of these three should be equal to 0, so this becomes the correct answer. Losing time. A square plus B plus C equal to 0. In a quadratic equation with rational coefficient such that A plus B plus C equal to 0, which one of these is necessary? I will come back to this later. No, I think I should do it now because what is obvious is one of the roots has to be 0, has to be 1. Because if A plus B plus C equal to 0, this is equal to 0, that means X has to be 1. So one of the roots is definitely equal to 1. Okay. So which of these following is necessary true? Both the roots of equation are less than 1, both less than 1. So if one of the roots is 1, no, it cannot be because if I take both the roots to be 1, so x minus 1 whole square is equal to x square minus 2x 1 equal to 0, then A becomes, so A equal to 1, B equal to minus 2, C equal to 1, A plus B plus C equal to 0. So both roots less than 1 not possible. One root is definitely 1, the other root. Okay, so exactly one root is 1 is also instance, because we definitely have a case when both roots can also be equal to 1. One of the roots is C, one of the roots of the equation is C by A. Product of roots is equal to C by A. So if one of the roots is equal to 1, that means another root alpha should be equal to C by A, so this should be the correct answer. C. One of the roots is C by A. So obviously it will take time, I'll need to make cases, I will come back to it if I have time in the end. Okay, let me just not come back to it. Okay, let me quickly have a look at this one. Regular expression shown below the area of the circle. Okay, let me just quickly look at the choices. The choices are not closed and I try to get the answer by approximating the values. Root C is equal to 1 by 7, 1.7. So 2 root 3 is 3.4, so this is nothing but 3 is to 7 plus 3, 10.4. So this is approximately 1 is to 3.5. 35 into 3 is 105. Nothing, this is approximately 3 is to 7 plus 1.7. This is 8.7. So this is approximately, or rather slightly less than 1 is to 3. This is less than 1 is to 3. This is just around 1 is to 3.5. 16 plus 4 root 3, 17 for the 68, 6.8. So this is 3 is to 16 plus 622.8. So this is approximately 1 is to 3 is 7.5. 75 into 3 is 225. And B, C is to 4 root 3, 6.8, 14, 13.8. Approximately 1 is to 4. So these two are somewhat close, but let me just have a look at the question. So this is the circle. The figure is to scale, so I don't have any problem with this. And choice not close, so let me just try to get the answer based on the figure itself. So visually speaking, it appears when I look at this. If I put my pen or pencil next to it, so let me just, while you can't see what I'm doing right now is putting my pen next to this thing. I find that the radius of the smaller circle, or rather the diameter of the smaller circle, is approximately equal to the radius of the bigger circle, or the ratio of the radius of the smaller to radius of the bigger circle is approximately 1:2. Okay, so the radius of the circle is approximately in the ratio of 1:2, slightly approximately, so this should be approximately 1:4. So if I remember correctly, this was about 1:3.5, incorrect. Choice B was again 1:, so choice, this was 1:3, one of them 1:3, one was 1:3.5, incorrect. This was 1:7, incorrect. This was about 1:4 approximately. So among the choices I will go with choice B. This question I have done based on the measurement, because the figure is to scale. There is no way this figure could be not to scale, and when I check out I find that the radius of it using my pen which I have with me, I find that the radius of the smaller circle is approximately equal, so the diameter of the smaller circle is approximately equal to the radius of the bigger circle. I'm not sure, I think I don't have sufficient time to do it. I'm still not started the DI part, though I know I have lost time on the count of this annotation issue, but let me still leave this question. So I have gone through these, so let me now quickly go to the question of DI. Question 5. Calculation oriented can be done, should not be an issue. Let me quickly have a look at the next one, 5, 6, 7. Numbers are not difficult, can be considered definitely. Next, let me go to question numbers. These were the next now. Okay. Again, this is highly calculation oriented. Income tax, corporate tax collection have been given. Okay. between the two, I am more comfortable with the first one because here, while I have total income tax collection, corporate income tax collection, there would be something else also which has a difference. So if I go through this thing, taxpayer, individual taxpayer and corporate taxpayer. So corporate is given individual and we need to find, so it looks high on calculations is also. Third one. Okay, this does not look like calculation. Let me just go through the data first. If it is understandable, I will go through this. Otherwise, I will find it. See the number of applicants in commerce stream in 2008 as compared to 2007 to 70,000. I assume that these are the only 4 streams in the education system. In the given table, the number 20,000 in the title commerce means that we increase the number of applicants. I'm not sure if I have understood the data at all. Let me not waste my time. Let me just go back to the first set of data. Let me do the 2 sets of data which are calculation oriented very quickly. Try to do them. But I just under 15 minutes left. Very quickly. I hope this issue of annotation does not waste more time for us. Sales of turnover of 5 major brands A, B, C, D and 4 regions is given. The data is for 2008-2009. The pie chart gives the breakup of the sales for the same brand. Okay, pie chart gives us the volume wise, the table gives us the value wise data. What is the for 5 brands? Different, yes, only for one particular year. 2008 and 2009 are the pie charts. Anything else with respect to pie chart? The total number, okay, great. The total number of units sold for 2008 and 9 is the same. This is one data, which is okay. So let me quickly go to the questions now. Total sales turnover in rupees crores of the detergent market for the year 2009. 2009, the total sales turnover, I already have it, so we just need to add it up. Okay. Okay. 4, 4, 8, 8, 6, 14, 14, 4, 18. 18, 8. This should be the answer because none of them is ending with 8, but let me quickly check out. So 4, 4, 8, 8, 6, 14 and 4, 18, 8 carry 1, 3, 4, 5, 5 and 8, 13, 13 and 6, 13 and 6, 19, 19, 3, 22, 30, 0, 8. Okay, this should be the answer, but let me not take any chance. 3 carry over, 7, 3, 10, 10, 3, 13, 13 and 6, 19, 19, 29 and 5, 24, yeah. 3, 4, 0, 8, so the right answer. Okay. Let me go to the next question. Which brand registered the maximum percentage increase in price per unit in 2008? This will take some calculation effort, so let me have to look at the question also. Because when I am looking at price per unit, not given directly, I will have to, because the volume has not been given, so I will have to do some kind of a juggling. So let me see what the last question is. Which of the following statements are true? Exactly true that could not register those in all regions in 2009. Okay, this can be checked out. Those in all regions, 2 brands could not register. If you look at A, it has increased, decreased. So if A has decreased in south, what about B? Increased. B has increased in all regions. C has decreased in A in each. Others, it does not matter because I know it has decreased in one region, which is good enough for me. D has increased out here, so D has also increased. So while A and C have not increased, D has so right now A and C have not increased. So A satisfies the conditions of satisfaction. C satisfies B and D have increased in all regions. So this increased E 87 to 95, 7 to 92. So statement A is correct. Statement 1 is correct. That only A and C have not exactly 2 brands, and the 2 brands are A and C. Okay. Question statement 2. So this cannot be the answer because it does not contain statement 1. Either 2 or 3. Okay. Number of units sold by B in 2009 has increased, has shown an increase of 350% and 1000. 350% and 1000. Sure, okay, let me just look at the third statement also. Number of units sold by C in 2009 was less than sold by C in 2008. C in 2009 to 2008. In 2009, the total for C is 686. And 2008 was 709. So from 709, it has gone to 686. And what is the market share? Market share is 22%. So if I assume it to be X, the total volume of all brands is X. So upon, so let me assume that the total sales was only 100 units for the entire thing. So this should be 22. So 22. What am I doing? This is a volume wise breakup. I am not sure about question number. Well, this is perfect. I am very sure about this one. I am not sure about 7 at this point of time. So let me quickly go back to question number 6. Which brand registered the maximum percentage increase in price point in 2008? Okay, now price is nothing but value of volume. So let me assume the total volume to be 100 in both the years. So when I look at A has gone from 725 upon 15. If I assume the total volume to be 100, then A has gone from 725 upon 15 to A has gone from 725 by 15, 725 by 15 to 734 by 13. So maximum percentage increase 725 by 15 and 734 by 13. Okay, we will come back to it. This is approximately 15 for the 60, 15 for the 60, 12, 125, 15 into 8. So approximately 48 to this has gone to 13, 5 to 65, 35 to 65, 5, 6, 7, 8, 84, 36, 78, 38, so approximately 37, 48 to 57 approximately, or 56 approximately actually. So A has gone from 48 to 50. A has gone from 48 to 55, 57, 48 to 56. B has gone from 207 upon 10, so 20.7, and 12, C14 upon 12, C14 upon 12, C14 12 to 25 is 50, 12 into 25 is 300, so about 26. So this is an increase of about 5 upon 20, so about 25%. So this is this is not the maximum. This is 1 by 6, increase of 16% approximately, this is about 25%. Okay, so B at this point of time is the answer. Let me quickly check for D and E. And D 513 upon 18, 513 upon 18, 2 560 by 20. This cannot be the answer because while this has increased by 10%, this is also increased by 10%. 18 to 20 is an increase of roughly 10%. This is an increase of slightly less than 10%. So the price per unit of D is almost same in both the years, so it cannot be the answer. As of now, my correct answer is choice B. What about choice D, which is statement D, that E? This has gone up from 317 upon 10, so 31.7 to, okay, still 10% to 38.4. Okay, 38.4. So when I'm looking at this number, this is about increase of 6 is 38 minus 31 is 7 by 1/4. So is this the answer or B? B was, if I remember correctly, 207 upon 10, 20.7 to 314 upon 12, 25, 26, 26. So about 5, answer should be B. Okay, so I will go by B, while I should be actually doing some greater amount of calculation to confirm, but I don't think I have the time. This was 3408. Uh, okay, question number 7. Number unit sold by B, shown on 0 50% in South. Cannot be correct. Statement 1 was correct in question number 7. Statement 1 was correct. Statement 2 number being sold by B in 2009 was 50%. So can't say for sure. I don't think I can calculate the values of 2NT. So statement 2NT should not be correct. I will go with statement A because I am not sure if the values of what has been asked that there is data to calculate. So that means if there is no sufficient data to calculate, statement 2NT cannot be correct. So statement 1 is correct. Quickly on to the remaining set of DI1. Yes, I think this was the one. I don't know if I will be able to attend these or not, but quickly let me do it. But I am very sure the last set of data is not worth attending. Let me just look at this one. Okay. For how many years is the efficiency ratio? A bar chart shows actual IT collection. Okay. Now, the actual and the chart one. Okay, this is the blank chart. Blank bar is the budget and the dark bar is the actual. Efficiency ratio is budget upon actual IT collections. Okay. So first one was for the purchase for the total. Okay, budgeted upon actual. So budgeted upon actual, first upon second. How many years of efficiency ratio of at least 2 out of total and corporate greater than 1. Okay. At least 2 is greater than 1. Okay. Let me just take total. Total is greater than 1 for budget efficiency ratio is budget upon income tax. So budget is more, efficiency ratio is more. So 2004 cannot be the answer because both years it is less than 1. 2005-6 again this is more than 1. 2005-6 should be satisfying the condition because okay, so very quickly this cannot be the year. 2005-6 this is greater than 1. This is just around 1. So the third one should be this is the total is greater than 1. So if this is less than 1, the other one should be greater than 1. So 2005-6 should be correct. 6-7 less than 1. 6-7 corporate is less than 1. So individual corporate is greater than 1. So individual should be greater than 1. What am I going to say? 6-7 less than 1. Greater than 1. So this should be less than 1. So 6-7 is not possible. Then we have question number. So we are very clear. Question number 16 that that the efficiency ratio of for 2005-6 was okay for us. 2005-6 was okay. This is wrong. 6-7 this is less than 1. 6-7 this is greater than 1. So this is the average of the two. So the third will be less than 1. So 6-7 cannot be the answer. 7-8 this is total is less than 1. So 7, 8, 8, 9 should be the answer. So 2 years definitely 0, 1, 2. We are very sure, which I am very sure that 2005-6 and 2000. This is greater than 1. This is greater than 1. The third one will also be greater than 1. So the correct answer has to be 2. Very quickly let me mark this as the answer. This is correct. Okay. Next section. Very quickly. Seems I got the last answer just in the nick of the time. Moving on to English. Hopefully this will not be that big a problem. I hope we don't get stuck in the questions which are on the LR. Okay. So let me just have a glass of water before I proceed. Okay. First question is of grammar. very fond of, but nevertheless I always do grammar in the initial stage itself. The reason being these are questions of grammar and phrasal verbs are something either you know the answer or you don't know the answer. So at least I don't waste my time. I look at the question. If I know how to do it, I mark it. Otherwise, leave it. I will not mark these questions for review usually. Okay. So again, starting the annotation process. Okay. 5 sentences that form a graph. Identify the sentences that are correct in terms of grammar. So here we are looking for correct in terms of grammar and usage. Choose the most appropriate option. And tallow is one of the most wonderful inventions of human invention. Despite all outcry of philosophers, this pack of pictures in whom destiny is reflected as a mirror with multiple faces, remains so vital and exercised so irresistible and mandated mind that it is hardly possible that it could ever be abolished. Let me just read it once again. This is incorrect. It should logically be the tallow. It is one of the most important, it is the most principle of human invention. Despite all the outcry of philosophers, this pack of pictures in whom this so A cannot be, A is not correct, so this is incorrect, this is incorrect, like focus only on D and E. Remains so vital and exercise so irresistible an attraction on imaginative mind that it is hardly possible that it could ever be abolished. I am not sure what the answer is. So question number 31, I am leaving this because I don't know, because while I am able to eliminate choice A and A, because for a very short statement A should start with the instead of a, but I am not sure about the others. So whether D is correct or E is correct, between D and E, actually choice B and D, if I can identify whether E is correct or not, I should be able to get the answer, but I am not sure about E. Let me just read it once again. So D is not important, that it is hardly possible that, I am not sure, I will not take chances, I will leave this question, move on to the next one. Okay. Next. Okay, the word is given in 4 different ways. We need to identify which of the choices has an incorrect usage. Also included a note on the usage of the term. Just the note of refute, this is fine. Was invited to inaugurate the sports complex, this is right. Also included a note on the usage of the term, is fine. A photograph brings a note to ring a bell. Ring a bell. The note of follow. This is the correct answer. Choice B, because something rings the bell, ring the note is incorrect. I will mark answer as choice B. So para completion, I will do it in round 2, so I will just mark positive and move on. Reading comprehension, passage. Let me quickly look at the passage and see what type of subject it is and whether I would like to do it in round 1 or in fact I come back to round 1. Romanticism, Island of Bali, Manhattan. Romanticism, things like some kind of a philosophy passage actually. Soon after life about Catholic intensity. So to my way, actually I am reading, trying to glance to the passage and picking up words, and based on those words I will say this looks like a passage on philosophy, and here the word philosophy is very, very obvious, and not comfortable area. I will look at it only if the other passages are not to my comfort. So question 34 to 36, I will look at it, but this is not my first preference. I will do it only if my reasoning text I find very difficult, or I look at something data interpretation or the logical reasoning text. It quickly goes through it. Winner gets 3 points, while loser gets no points. Here it's not an issue. It is known that not more than 3 matches resulted in a draw in the tournament. Teams are ranked in the following manner before the tournament starts. The rank of 18 will be ranked on the basis of the ISL, with 2 teams scoring maximum points, that 1 and so on. 2 or more teams score equal points, Can be done, but not very comfortable with this kind of data. This is not something which I am very fond of. And when I look at the question, if Rajasthan Bhadsha comes, I need to make cases. What is minimum number of? I'm not very happy with the minimum, maximum and the minimum number of things. Usually take time, not my preference. So till now, I have the one RCC set and one DI, the reasoning set which I'm not very happy with either of them. But let me just go back, go further. For example, round one question for me, I will be doing it now itself. So let me just get back to this annotation part. Comparable. We have not arrived at any general consequence over the nature and causes of fascism. Historians, sociologists, social psychologists, politicians have been debating this question since Mussolini. So this should not logically be the opening statement because it talks about this question. So this question means some question should have been asked or should have been mentioned in one of the earlier lines. So B is unlikely to be an opening statement. Actually, if you look at the choices, the opening statement can be only A or D. So this particular statement 2 for B is starting with this question. This cannot be the opening statement or rather something else. However, we're limiting success. What is the true nature of fascism? This can be an opening statement. And what is it something radically new to political experience? Or is it really entirely of case? The first thing is A and D. So let's see why do we start. What is the true nature of fascism? Is it something? So D, E appear to be connected as far as I am concerned. What is the true nature of fascism? The question has been asked and the answer is here in statement E. Is it something radical? Is it something radical? Okay. Or is it something else? Is it something radically new to political experience? So D, E is definitely connected. And I would say D appears to be a better opening statement than A because when you look at D, E, D is available here. So D is there everywhere. On the whole, we have not the right. On the whole, this looks like more as a conclusion than the opening statement. So I will say A and D cannot be the answer. The answer is out here. And A appears to be a strong concluding statement because it is summarizing. On the whole, we have not arrived at any general conclusion. But let us just look at the other choice. B and C, both of them have D, E, and then we have A or a B. So let me just read that for my influence to understand which one makes sense. True nature of fascism. D, E, a unique creation of 20th century with very old salary possessed of new, more efficient techniques of gaining and holding power. Another question has been asked. After that, A cannot be possible. On the whole, we have not arrived. B says, have been debating this question. They have been debating this question. Which question? This question. Is it something new? Is it something old? So D, E, B seems to be the right combination, and that also is in choice C, and that also has A as a closing statement, which makes more sense to me than C. Okay. So correct answer is choice C. Next question. Again, grammar. Let's see. As I said earlier, round 1 for me. Choose the most appropriate items that are correct. So we need to identify the statements which are correct. Statements which are correct. Every democratic and more or secular countries, this is wrong. In every country, so this should be singular. So statement 1 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect. It cannot be the answer. Okay. So none of the choices have that. So that is not of any key to what because none of the choices have statement 1. We need to identify which of the statements are correct. Similar question arises about the precise extent. So statement 2 is also incorrect because there should have been a the. About the precise extent to which religion subculture. So statement 2 is incorrect, so that means this cannot be the answer. So we need to check out for statement 3 and 5. Statement 4 is then correct, is also incorrect, not a part of the answer. Okay. Statement 3 should be allowed to live on their own rules and laws. Okay. and often get an opt-out from the law of the land. 3 and 5, both of them appear to be correct, but let me just read both of them once again. The extent to which religious subcultures should be allowed to live on their own rules and laws. To live on appears to be incorrect. I am not sure, but I think live on is definitely incorrect. Live on. Okay, let me look at the often get an opt-out from the law of the land. Laws. Statement 5 is definitely correct. I'm not very sure about statement 3, but I don't like the sound of should be allowed to live on their own rules. Live by them, I'm not sure, but I'll still go with saying that answer has to be choice C, because statement 3 appears to be incorrect to me. So correct answer is, if we are looking for the correct usage, statement 5 will be choice C is the correct answer. These was not something which I enjoy, but nevertheless I still have to do it. And as I said earlier, round 1 I will do it in this round itself and forget about it. In a new book, he takes all the American temperament and amazing things. What will happen when the story hits the front page? This is correct. This course will hit the high spots of ancient history. This course will hit the high spots, appears to be correct. It off front page administration. University policy. Either A or D, because both of them are using hits off or hit off, and both of them cannot be correct. So logically my answer cannot be D or C, and one of the two, either statement A or statement D, one of them is correct usage. If you notice, both of them are hit off. So you hit off at the administration, so it should be hit out. It should be hit out. Yes, I think it should be hit out at someone, not hit off at someone. So I will say the correct answer should be D, because I think it should not be hit out but be hit out at someone. So I will mark the answer as choice D. Next question. Again RP. Let's see what kind of passage is it. 950 movies about E. This is a television shows. They take something about the way. Easy to read passage, looks like some kind of a newspaper article or a magazine article on Bollywood, internet, text, okay. Yeah, some kind of a article, I think is something which I would love to do. So between the first passage which was philosophy and this passage which looks like a newspaper, magazine article, this is a passage which I'll definitely come back and do. And not worry too much about that first passage. And then the next passage, assuming that these passages also equally bad. Okay. Next question, parajumble. Obviously, I have to do it in round 1. Just given below complete sequence, formation, paragraph, not logical pair. Those who do not recognize each sentence is labeled with a letter. Where wisdom is written in the foolishness, there is always a knowing wing. In an imaginary Ethiopian scene, who is being laughed at? In an imaginary Ethiopian these paragons of scholarship. Some of these paragons are shown to be fools, okay? The wise men of chills may be whatever that means. Maybe among the most abused. Don't realize they are. But first of all, E has to come after C. E has to come after C because just quickly get this back. There has been an issue out here. These paragons are shown to be fools. The fools who don't realize they are fools. So obviously, E has to be after C. Whether they are connected next to each other or not, I am not sure at this point of time, but I am very sure that C will come before E. So is there a choice in which C is coming after E? Question number 47, that's yeah. So my starting point, as I said, C will come before E. Choice D is incorrect because C is coming after E. Here C is coming before E is fine, C coming before E is fine. So but choice D is definitely incorrect because C is coming after E in this particular question. Okay. But let me just go back to it. The fools who don't realize them. these three have to be together. The wise men of Chen may be the most familiar folk characters in the Jewish tradition. These paragons of scholarship, are the wise men mentioned in this. So these three have to be together. So let me look at these three out here, these three out here, these three out here. Okay, so let us see whether what should be an opening statement. B cannot be the opening statement. There is always a knowing in these cases, which case. So B cannot be the opening statement, so choice C is also incorrect. Answer has to be either A or D. So between A and D, this is D, C, E, and this is D, C, D. So let's see, after C, is it better to get E or is it better to get E, B? So we have to choose between D, C, B or D, C, E. So we are stuck with two choices. Choice A, D. Both choices A and D have a DC to begin with. So we need to check out whether DC has to be followed by C or DC has to be followed by E in this particular paragraph. Okay. So DC out here, DC out here, these two are incorrect. So DCE. So most familiar folk characters in these paragons are shown to be fools. There is always a knowing which these tales, but who's being laughed at? The fools who don't realize they're fools. Are we being laughing at fools who don't? So DCE. I'm not sure what the closing statement. I think E and A also have to be together. The fools who don't realize the fools, those who don't recognize wisdom, latent in the foolishness. I'm not very sure, but I think A makes a better closing statement, or rather B cannot be the closing statement because this should be continued. But fools being laughed at just has to be answered. And hence, okay, yes, I'm very sure the correct answer is choice D. Because choice A which ends in B cannot be the answer because we ask here the question which has to be answered, which is answered in one of the other questions possibly. Okay. So as per that, I would mark the correct answer as choice D. Fill in the blanks definitely to be attempted in this particular round itself. My area of interest, always do it in normal, most of the time I get them right also. Even those who do not dash with Mahatma Gandhi's ideas, do not agree with do not disagree would be too negative, most probably concur with. Those who do not concur with or those who do not agree with this makes sense. Shrink from is definitely incorrect. Dissent from those who is too negative don't make sense to me, but let's look at these answers. Most probably at this point of time the correct answer is B, but I look for the second plan to be sure. Mahatma Gandhi's ideas, recognize him as a champion, yes, this makes sense. Envision, remember, no, I'll go with this statement. The correct answer is choice B. Concur with was good enough to get the answer. So the correct answer, choice B. Parajumble, this is a para completion question. Mark for review, I'll come back and do it. So let us just review the mark first and then I will go and do the I missed let me just go there. This is the last one I marked complete. This question 48 I completed. I marked review, so I should go to the next one. Parajumble, mark for review. Okay, move on to the next one. Okay, logical reasoning, analytical reasoning. Can be done better than the first one. First one, if you remember, was the 8 teams of the Indian Soccer League, which was built around the Indian Premier League kind of question. Not very comfortable with that because it required me to solve questions by make cases because I was starting from maximized minimum. So not very happy with that. This seems to be a better option as far as I'm concerned. And interestingly, none of the questions have insufficient data, so that means I should be able to solve the questions correctly. So let's look at the next question. This has to be attempted by me definitely. Reading comprehension. Horse, muscle day, male, not the principal character, novel. Writing. Not sure what kind of passage, but simple passage, easy to read. About the writer, it seems. Art in the line, the service of the soul. Writing based on experiences about an author about the art of writing for speed. Looks easier than the first one, so as far as I am concerned, I will not attempt the first passage of romanticism, but look at the other two passages. So, come back to it later. Para completion, again round 2 questions for me. Next question. Para jumbles, again let me have a look at this one. In addition, good thing is all these 4 choices are starting with T. That means my opening statements are either TD or TB. Oh, great. This has made my life easier because just the choices are structured stuff. This is likely T first of all, that is TB or TD, which one makes more sense. The semi material the breathtaking convoluted news thriller from whatever open with a daring duality is carried out in the middle of Cannes International Film Festival. If this conjures an image of diamonds gracefully stashed in a velvet washing bag thing, if this conjures, what is this? I'm not sure, but this could mean this part that, okay, this is okay, what is TD? This TD, so let me look at TD. The loop in question is a serpentine diamond studded gold glaciers that adorn the otherwise naked torso of a willowy model named Veronica, okay, who stalls up the plain red carpet at Palace Festivals. Okay. TB or TD, I am not very sure at this point of time, so let me look at the others also. Though TD makes more sense because it is giving us image and situation. This conjures an image, most probably this. But let's see. Okay. Now E, Veronica is abruptly summoned to the ladies' room. So B has to be coming before E. Okay. So B, E is definitely has to be there because this talks about below model named Veronica. Veronica is abruptly summoned to the ladies' room. So CB everywhere, or TB, most probably TB, and PE has to be together. PE has to be together, this becomes incorrect, this is incorrect, this is incorrect, this should be the correct answer. Let me just read the statement, all 5 statements to just make sure that I have got it right. Because I have got just one connection with me, which is PE. Let me read TB, TDBEA. You thriller on this thing. This can just think again. The loop in question there, the loop is diamond. The pertinent diamond is that along the otherwise naked torso. Okay. Who stalls up the same red carpet at the Palace Festivals on the arms of French filmmaker. In addition to one of appears to be correct, I will go ahead with this. So I am not 100% sure, but I will still go ahead with this and mark the answer as choice B. Yeah, let me just read it once again for my satisfaction. I think it's right. Okay, 58, 59, 60. Arrangement set has to be done by me. So out of the 3 RT passages, I find that 2 RT passages are more to my liking. And similarly, I find out of the 3 bits of logical reasoning, 2 sets up what I am comfortable with. Let me just go to the review, the parallel completion and the other first. Review mark. Okay, parallel completion. It might not sound like victory of success, but this is the most important piece of data happening. any country. Some 40 years ago, director began experimenting with invisible theatre, rehearsing and performing semi-improvised pieces in public spaces to unsuspecting public. Meanwhile, in the bohemian blocks of New York City, a new generation of visionaries were embedding their art even further into the everyday. Okay? Looking in the corner of the street, Vito announced that quietly rubbing his arm to produce a soul, while Alan Caplow created instructions for almost unseen activities to be carried out on the streets of the city. Such theatre is not as successful as which happened in the auditorium. The passage is not talking about it mentions success in the beginning, but even it is nothing but restating what is there in the first line. So I don't think this should be a logical. On the basis of continuity, this is not continuous. This is not taking the last part forward. It is in fact repeating the first statement. So I would say statement 1 has to be incorrect on the grounds of continuity. Okay, statement A is incorrect on account of continuity. Statement 2. Even audience was transformed, no longer limited to those who knew they were an audience. Okay, I'm not sure, but okay, let me just go further. In this way, theatre broke free from auditorium and art tore itself from the gallery of the museum. Okay. Theatre becomes the least bothered about praise or criticism. D should be incorrect. Theatre veterans is not talking about praise or criticism, because actually this paragraph is talking about the way I'm looking at it, a new kind of theatre being there. Whether it's successful or not is not the issue, but new kind of theatre which is breaking new grounds actually. So it is talking about the audience. So choice B and C, the difference is even the audience but transformed. Looking in the corner of it enough, rubbing enough, so art tours from the gallery, art tours from the gallery and the museum, public spaces. Don't see from the auditorium, I am completely in agreement. If it was only this much, I would straight away have marked my answer in choice C. I am stuck because I am not sure if this should be the part of the answer. But in choice B also, I am not sure that is audience issue, because when you look around, when you go to the paragraph, you don't find it talks about audience. So I will go ahead and say, okay, this is not about audience, this is about theatre, about the new ground which the theatre is taking into, so the correct answer should be choice C. Okay, so I'll mark the answer as choice C. And mark. Next question. Okay, the next para computation question. There is much to comment in the mark. Weekly Paragon of Indian Changing Society. It is much to ponder. The scales have fallen from the eyes of some Indian authors, writers, many either living abroad or educated like Adiga. The home country is invariably presented as a place of brutal injustice, of sordid corruption, one in which poor are always dispossessed and victimized, okay, by their age-old enemies, the rich. Characters at the colorful extremities of society are depicted in grotesque sketches depicted in a country that is lurching rapidly towards bland middle-class normality. So writers born abroad painting a negative picture of the home country. Okay. There is much to comment in this title. Yet much to ponder. Okay, so he's saying there is something good about these novels, but there is something not so good about them. So yet there is much to ponder. The word yet shows while there is something to comment, there is something to ponder, not so good. Okay. So going to the choices, my hunch is that it's fundamentally an outsider's view and a superficial one. Okay. So he's saying there are two parts to it. This is the approach which these people are taking, or this is their point of view. So it is an outsider's view, and from his point of view, and saying much to ponder, possibly superficial one. This could be correct, but let us go to the other choices. There are many alternative Indias uncontacted which Adiga can never hope to explore. Adiga is a genius who is sick. No, this is definitely not right. He's not coming fast breaking this. There is much to comment, much to ponder. So this is a balanced view that the passage is giving us. So I need a balanced choice also. This also is not balanced choice because it is again taking extreme view. Poverty is getting a means of getting cheap popularity. They don't talk about cheap popularity. So C and D are definitely incorrect. Many alternative India are contacted. I'm not sure. I will go with choice A, essentially because of the first line. There's much to comment in this novel, yet there's much to ponder. Or in other words, this time there's a balance has to be maintained, and this view which is there, which is come initially, is nothing but an outsider's view. So I will go ahead and say the answer should be choice A. Okay. Next question. Okay. Next question of paragraphication. Given the paragraph, the last sentence deleted. Okay. Washki, whatever the name is, describes the atrocities of the occupation, from the sack of Ramallah to the massacre in Jenin, raping of houses and refugee camps, shooting of ambulances in the hospitals, the use of Palestinian civilians and human shields, showing how each of these pushes back the boundaries of what we previously unthinkable. As a keen eye of an Israeli insider. So the person is talking about use of Palestinian civilians and human shields. How each of these pushes back the boundaries. Umbrella occupation. So this, okay, possibly though Israeli, keen eye of an Israeli insider, but possibly sympathetic to the Palestinian cause. So let's go to the choice. He keenly observed the destructive movements of Palestinians. Destructive movements of Palestinians unlikely because the use of Palestinian civilians and human shields, showing how each of these pushes back the boundary of what was unthinkable. So choice A cannot be right because he is not against the Palestinians. On the contrary, possibly a bit sympathetic towards the Palestinians as compared to towards the Israeli point of view. Choice B, he develops a powerful critique of Israeli piracy with a persuasive power drawn from his own Jewish origin. Not sure, but let me look at the other choices. Palestinian occupation of Israel is incorrect. Factually incorrect. That Israel have occupied part of Palestine, not the other way around, is a subject that worries the most and writes a powerful critique. No, this is incorrect. He blindly supports the Palestinian cause. Okay? And even expects to US. Out of scope. US is not a part of this paragraph. We cannot import this. Okay? So I'm very sure that choice A and C are incorrect. A is incorrect and C is incorrect because they are against the flow of the passage. The passage is talking about Israeli occupation of Palestine and use of Palestine civilian rights to shield bombing of hospitals and ambulances, while A and C are opposite of that. D is definitely incorrect on terms of the scope, or the scope does not include the stand of US, so D cannot be correct, so the correct answer has to be choice B. Okay, so all questions which were for review have been done. I will now go into one passage, one or maybe two passages of RC, and then look at doing the two questions of the two sets of the analytical reasoning. So at this point of time, I am mentally comfortable with the fact that I am going to leave definitely one passage and one analytical reasoning set, which means I am likely to be leaving 6 to 7 questions. I have already left one question of grammar. So that again is a question which I don't have a control of because I'm not sure of the answer. So I'm likely to be leaving 7 to 8 questions. I'm attempting only 22 odd questions in this paper. Until I have sufficient time, then I will look at the passage or the third RT set. Okay. So let me start with the first RT set. I'm not going to attempt at all. This was, I think this was question 50. No. Review. What it was. Yes, I will go through this question first. The 50th movie all about games. The skater is a critic. The skater critic is a dapper cynical charmer with the old world moniker, and it's a David sees no hero but his lie assessment can make of the introduction. I will be reading this mentally because I find it difficult to read the passage this way. date, so I will be underlining whatever I think is relevant. All of these. This is important. It's the decade and that shows on many critic reports they have gotten less respect for these two matter entirely. Which means critics are not considered or not considered favorably in society as far as practice is concerned. You get art journalists together these days, there is some editor of artjournal.com and a long time creative music writer, and it's what they talk about. They are declining influence. Okay, so passage is about declining influence of critics. Sandwich was the last critic who could close a show. That means Sandwich had significant power and his criticism could stop a show. Just remember when Time usually had full boosters of art critics. What happened besides the internet and flash of blocks? So let me just get back this thing. This shows. Have to work with it. By the internet, right, flash about the practical things of it themselves, non-profit art with the limited marketing budgets have typically depended more on criticism than on promotion. So non-profit art is different from the for-profit art. For-profit art, which is sometimes called critic too. This for-profit art is critic too. But as late as the 70s, the PhD was falling towards this. But it's less common. It's still on okay. This again I find important. Annotation is the issue, so I'm not doing that. But some are critics such as, but the less common critics say for one of their trying to draw audience attention to an overlooked work of art. Some critics such as that Peter of the New Yorker and continue to do this. Part of the problem seems to be general tarnishing of interest in 2 years. Okay. 2 decades ago concludes 60% of the readers said they believe little on nothing but the rest. And the number now is almost 45% don't believe on what the critics say. So again, important piece of data which may be useful for the question. Let's move on with being an art critic was one of those jobs like night time the job is same machine was one of them. But the hype will last forever and the power went to the curators. And like Goodman Jack taking home, times have passed by me. Okay. Let's look at the question now. Question 43 can be inferred from the fact that the world of entertainment is less dependent now on critics because the audience does not pay heed to critics. Okay, the big marketing budget get people interested irrespective. I was irrespective of reviews. They draw people courtesy. The star power was not mentioned anywhere. Choice is definitely incorrect. Choice D, one favorite is not. So C and D are definitely incorrect. Let me look at choice A and D. The audience does not pay heed to world of entertainment. It can now be inferred from the passage that the world of entertainment is less dependent on critics because, so I need to check out between A and B. Let me just try to go back to the passage. It did talk about big marketing budget somewhere, or let me quickly go back. Audience now is less dependent on critics because ability. quickly go into the passage again to confirm the answer. Yes, this is the one. Okay. Critic 2. Non-corporate arts have typically depended more on with their limited marketing budget than the promotion-driven world of entertainment. So promotion-driven world of entertainment is called critic 2. The correct answer should be choice B. World of entertainment is less dependent now because their big marketing budget gets people interested irrespective of the reviewers. Charles Rosen, what aspect of critic personality is being highlighted? Charles Rosen was mentioned somewhere. Let me just try to find Charles Rosen. Charles Rosen is here. Charles Rosen is here. For one of their time to draw audience attention to an overlooked work of art, some art critics such as Peter of the New York, Charles Rosen of New York Review, they draw attention to overlooked pieces of art or overlooked works of art. Controversial, no. Capricious, no. One who draws attention towards work which is not so well. 45. What is the author trying to prove by mentioning characters repeat his phases throughout the film, both in console and reverent forms? Let me just go back. I think it was at the beginning of the paragraph. Yeah. He is no hero, but his right judgment in characters repeat his phases throughout the film, both in console and reverent forms. What are the choices? Even films acknowledge the importance of the role of critic. Possible, but I am not sure. People loved or hated him, but they could not acknowledge him. Yes, it could be the answer. Let's look at the other choices. Films in early times, no, this cannot be these. They are not. Critic was seen as multi-dimensional in early times. No. Is it A or B? Even films acknowledged. I cannot say for even films acknowledged because there is only a case of one film which has been given. So A unlikely. B, people loved him or hated him, but they could not ignore him. I will go with B. Because the question here or the statement in the first paragraph saying he is no hero, but his lie assessment can take a major production. Characters repeat his phases throughout the film in both console and relevant style. That means they are not ignoring the critic per se. So possibly B is the answer. Not 100% sure, but most probably this is the answer. Last question of this paragraph. Passage, sorry. What is Ricky trying to say by calling art criticism one or two generations job? Yes, I remember this somewhat at the end. Talked about this, the one or two generation job, sewing machine, yes, this is the one. Being an art critic was one of those jobs like lifetime disc jockey, one or two generations. Let's look at the choice. Can be done by only one generation in the family, unlike law, no. Industry, he is involved in violence only for 2 decades, this could be the answer. Such jobs can the fancy, no, not talking about the fancy. Every generation has a different approach, most of the B is the answer. And let me just be sure about this part. I think I'll go with B. It can be done, no, but industry is, it is one or two things because the industry has changed. The industry changes and hence that particular job goes out of fashion completely. So I've done one paragraph. Quickly go to the next passage also. Next passage was, I'm not going to do the first one, so question 50. Okay, let me look at the next one. Yeah, this one, let me look at this quickly. Just about 25 minutes left. I am reading this quickly because I have one less time left with me, so I want to make sure I do this and at least 2 paragraphs, two architects, and so 2 analytical reasoning texts. My point is that I will get some quickly somewhere to this. Art. That about stuff already, we may not know what to reply. Last paragraph. Okay, I've read the paragraph. It is about writing and talking about writing well and with detail. So let me just quickly go through it. If you would notice my way of doing the RCs, I will read the passage once. I normally don't start with the question. I read the passage once. After I've read the passage, I am going to go through the question, and if required, I go back to the passage to verify. So question 53. It can be inferred that the author talks about mistakes with the horse, filly, and the mare in order to present herself as an easygoing person. No. Showcase instance where she has committed mistake. Highlight the details that need to be taken care of while writing the book. This is where it talks about that you need to be careful. In this first paragraph, between the first and two paragraphs, okay, it is important. It says that you need to be careful about writing. You need to get the facts correct and give the right thing. For example, first paragraph she's talking about she could have been a mare, she could have called it a pony, a mare, a filly, but they chose to call it a mare because of her specific reason. So highlight the details that need to be taken care of while writing the book. So question 53, choice A. English is a naming language. I did see it somewhere. Let me just find out what does it mean. But I'm not. Let me just quickly look at that. Yeah, it's a naming language. Its power derives from noun. No, name calling, choice A is incorrect. Name calling is to abuse someone. To call names is to abuse, so choice A cannot be correct. Main focus of English literature is name. No, it is not. I don't think so. The power of name calling is immense in English. Choice D is again incorrect. A and C are definitely incorrect. D, English is more suited to talking about different people. A or B. Let me just go through this paragraph again to understand. I'm not sure how smart I think I am using metaphor. The analogy has the potential for problem. I walk the hills. I must climb to get to my destination. Adjectives of furniture. Adjectives of furniture. That I must. English is a naming language. Its power derives from nouns. I'm very sure question 54 A and C are incorrect. English is most suited talking about different people. No, I don't think so. Because, okay, I'll go with B. No, not 100% sure, but I'm reasonably sure this should be the answer. Because A and C are definitely, this and this are definitely incorrect, and this does not seem to make sense. But while I'm not 100% sure, here I'm taking a small chance in this question. Question 55. Throwing stones into a boat will think further without further to talk about fiction. This is what was mentioned in the last couple of lines. Okay, 55. What is the author trying to convey? It is more and more difficult to hide the truth. Yes, that seems to be the context, but let's look at every section makes the story more accurate. No, this is not the word. What now being the writer? No, this is the first of all. No, most probably A, but let me still check out. Let me just read the last paragraph once again. This must be a never be good liar. Every day, because every fact, every day, every says how accurate it is. Fiction is like a stone or the need to not. Yes, I think the correct answer is A. It becomes more and more difficult to hide the truth. Okay. So done 2 paragraphs, 2 passages. I will go quickly the last set of yes. This is the one which I would like to start with first. Ankit lessons also easy 5 times living in 5 different cities. So that I hope I should be able to get the answer to this. 5 friends living in 5 different cities. Okay. So the way I will look at this is Abhishek, Ashok, Amit, Ajay, then 5 different cities, K, J, V, B, P. Okay. That is the 7, 8, 9, 11, 13. No particular order, further the following information is given. Okay, so Ashok, Amit, Ajay, I hope this does not create a problem. Ashok, Amit, Ajay, Akash, Abhishek. So we have to worry about their kitty, and kitties are K, M, J, B and P. So 3, 4, 5 and 7. Akash, who does not live in Banerghata, so Akash does not live in Banerghata, earns a salary that is a time number multiple of 1 lakh. So it is either 7, 9 or 7, 11 or 13. So it could be either 7, 11 or 13. Amit made a call to one of the aforementioned friends who lives in Samarthnagar. That means Amit does not live in Samarthnagar, so he made a call there. Earning a perfect square multiple of 1 lakh. So if we have the perfect square multiple of 1 lakh, it can only be 9 lakh. So Amit has a salary of 9 lakh. So let me just write this out. Ajay's salary is 1 lakh more than the average salary of Akash and Ashok. Ajay's salary is 1 more than average salary of Akash and Ashok. So 7, 8, not possible. 7 and 11, 18 by 2, 9 plus 1, 10 is not possible. So 7 and 13 is 20, 21 by 2 is 20 by 2, 10 and 1 11. So 7 and 13 is possible, yes. So 7 and 13 have an average of 10 and plus 1, 11. So if I go by this thing, the salary of these two people, Ajay's salary is 1 lakh more than average salary of Akash and Ashok. So this means this can be 11 or 13. And this can be 11 or 13. And by that logic, this should be, and because this has to be 7 or 13. I'm sorry, my mistake, 7 or 13. 7 or 13. Okay. So this has to be 20, 11. Let me just check out if another case is possible. 8 and 13, 21 not possible. 8 and 11, 19 not possible. So when you talk about Akash, that should be either 7 or 13, so Akash cannot be 11. Similarly, the other person is Ashok has to be 7 or 13. So these two have to be either 7 or 13. And Ajay is 1 lakh more than the average of these two, 7 and 13, 20, 20 by 2, 10 and plus 1, 11. So Ajay is 11. So this is, this is 7, 13, 7, 13, 9, 11. The only salary which is left is 8. So Abhishek is 8. Okay. And again, if we go back, Amit lives in the city which has the shortest name. The shortest name is Joka. So Amit lives in Joka. Very good. Amit lives in Joka. Akash, who does not live in Banerghata, earns a salary that is time number multiple of 1 lakh. Who stays at Samarthnagar? Samarthnagar, Ashok, Amit, Abhishek, Akash. Akash is much up the school. Let me just write to PA. Samarthnagar, Banerghata is not possible. The salary that is time number multiple of Amit made a call to one of the schools. Oh, I'm sorry. Amit made a call to one of his mentioned that to list in Samarthnagar and earning a perfect square multiple. His friend in Samarthnagar is earning a multiple. So Samarthnagar, so this has to be 9 actually. This has to be 9 and this has to be 8. Sorry. So this has to be Samarthnagar. I made this completely. Fortunately, in the second meeting I got it right. Amit made a call to one of his mentioned friends who lives in Samarthnagar and earned the perfect square multiple of 1 lakh. So the person Nagar has to be, so this has to be 9, this has to be 8. So this is Joka, he cannot be Banir Beta. So Banir Beta can be one of these two. So what I am left with, Joka is done. Nagar is A, J, A, J, B, A, J, so J, A, B, Nagar is the one, so it's B. So Nagar is done, Joka is done, Banir Beta is not possible here. So Banir Beta is not possible here, so this can be either K or B. This is either K or B. Similarly, these two are going to be, this can be either Banir Beta or K or B. This is again Banir Beta or K or B. Quickly on to the question now. Akansh lives in Bhaktapur. If Akansh lives in Bhaktapur, Akansh is here. What is the average salary of the person living in Banir Beta and K? Banir Beta and K. So Akansh lives in Bhaktapur out here. So B is gone off, so B is not possible. B and T. Average salary can be either, so the salary out here is either 7 plus 11 or 13 plus 11, so insufficient data. This is the correct answer. So the average salary could be 7 plus 11 by 2, or it could be 7 plus, 13 plus 11 by 2. So correct answer has to be insufficient data. Okay. Who changes Nagar? Amit. So data insufficient and Amit. Amit and Ajay live in cities with names starting with consecutive alphabet. Amit and Ajay live in cities with names starting with consecutive alphabet J and K. So Amit is in any case in J. So Ajay has to be in K. If Ajay has to be in K, where Ajay has to be here in K, that means Akansh has to be in B. B has to be Akansh. So just to remind myself, insufficient data is fine. The other two are Amit and Akansh. So this is Bhaktapur Akansh. Data insufficient, Amit and Akansh. Okay, the 11 minutes, one more set to be done, and if I have more time, I will keep between the remaining DI set and it quickly goes to these kind of questions I will. Question 59, what happened to question 59? Let me quickly go to that. Question 59, did I mark the answer? Did I not mark the answer? No, I marked Amit, Akansh. I hope I had marked the correct answer. I don't want to go back to it again, so let me just, even if it is incorrect, let me not worry too much about it. We will go back to that question later on, 59. If it quickly will correct it. So Amit was in Joka. Shit. Sorry. Amit was in Joka. So I have definitely, I think, yes, it should be Abhishek. Sorry. Let me quickly go back. I have just about 10 minutes. I want to make sure I get at least one more DI set. This one I will need to, let me just make sure what is the color of ball taken by A? The first question is A out here. Let me just go through this one. Okay. This question ABCD took one ball from a box containing 300 balls of pictures in colors blue, black, red, white, green and yellow. Also the number of balls taken by each color is the same. Then following the details of the three statements made by each of the person. Exactly one of the statements. One statement by each person is correct and the other two are false. And one statement about B is correct. Only one statement by B about B is correct. So of all these statements about B, which are those? One. So there are these statements about B, out of which one is correct, the other two have to be incorrect. And each person has given one correct statement, two incorrect statements. So let's just start checking out. Question 1, if I remember correctly, was color of ball. Yeah. Question 1 was color of ball by A. So I remember that part. What is the A? What is the color of ball by A? Okay, let me go through this. Color of ball by A. Let me just try to see contradiction anywhere. Statement C by T. F took a white ball, F did not take a white ball. One of them is definitely incorrect. If F has taken the white ball, this has to be incorrect. If F has not taken the white ball, this has to be incorrect. Or in other words, this is definitely false. Because 2 out of 3 statements are false. Out of this statement and this statement, one is definitely false. So the other statement is false. So this is definitely false. If A did not take the 2 ball, that means A has taken the 2 ball. The correct answer this is here. So this is definitely false. So if it's false, then one of these is false. So let us just see, based on this, any other color attributed to A or blue ball to any another person has to be correct. Green ball, B, C, red, E, blue. This has to be false because E did not take 2 balls, A took 2 balls. Green, yellow, A took green ball has to be false. A has taken blue ball, so this is also false. Remember, each person has given 2 incorrect and 1 correct statement. Yellow, black, F took white and did not take white, this is false. E took yellow and took yellow. 1 green ball was taken by B. Okay. F took red ball. B took same colored ball as A has to be false because no 2 people have taken the same colored ball. Every person has a different colored ball. B took the blue ball. B did not take blue ball. A took the blue ball. This also is false. If these 2 are false, this has to be 2. So F has taken the red ball. Color of ball taken by T cannot be red. Okay. How many exact color of ball can be determined? Okay. A took the white ball. False. T took the black ball. I don't know. D did not take the red ball. D did not take the red ball. Could be. Okay. So let's go back further. If I look at this, that means C has taken one of these 3 colored balls, either green, white or blue. So any of the statement which is giving C, any other color ball has to be incorrect. So C did not take the red ball has to be true. Because we know based on this, that this is definitely incorrect. C has definitely not taken red ball, so this has to be true. If this is true, B took the green ball. So B has taken the green ball. So let me just keep writing. A has taken the blue ball. B. Okay, in any case, this was blue. Let me mark the answer out here. And I think we are on the verge of solving and this stupidity had to happen. So I'll have to do it again. What was it? This has to be false. This has to be false. This has to be false. Here I also know, if I remember, T did not take the red ball. So let me just try doing this. Let me start with A again. A and blue not there. This is false. T cannot be taking the black ball. T can take only green, white or red because white or blue. So T taking the black ball is false. A did not take the yellow. A took green ball is false. So these 2 are false. So this is true. D did not take yellow ball. Okay. F took white ball. F did not take white ball. Okay. 1 green ball was taken by me. F took yellow ball. E took yellow. F took red. B took, this has to be false. B took the blue ball. False because A has taken the blue ball. That means this has to be true. So A is blue. B we don't know as yet. E we are trying to find. B, E, F. F took the red ball. So F is red. So which is why we have done it. A took the white ball is false. T took the black ball has to be false because T can take only green, white or blue ball. Here again choices are handled. So this is false. This has to be true. T does not take the blue ball. Okay. So let us go back again. See. which one can we find out? B took the green ball, he did not take the right. He did not take the red ball, has to be true, because here we have already found out that the red ball has been taken by F. So B took the green ball, has to be false. So B did not take the green ball. So B did not take the green ball. So false to false, false to false. F took the red ball. So F took the white ball, has to be false. And F did not take the right ball, has to be true. Okay. So where are we? F took the yellow ball, again has to be false. This is false. Still stuck up. Blue, white and green. Okay, let me just go through it again. What E took the yellow ball. One green ball was taken by me. Have I missed out something? Okay, let me just say, I think I missed out on something. Green, white and blue. And he took the green ball as false. He did not take the red ball. He took the blue ball. He took the black ball. He did not take the black yellow ball. He took the green ball false. He did not take the yellow ball. I'm missing out on something. I'm very sure because so I'm stuck with either white or blue. Oh shit! Cannot be blue. How stupid of me! How stupid of me! It cannot be blue. It has to be white because blue has been taken by A. How did I miss this? So T has to be white. T has to be white. Okay. Yeah. So this the correct answer is white. Okay. So when I look at T getting white, what about the others? So let me quickly go through. Anywhere where all is T mentioned. One green. So I definitely know the colors of A, T and F. What about B, D, E? Okay. He did not take the red ball. So for how many of them the exact colors can be determined? At least for 3 is determined. Let me see if another one can be done. Seems unlikely that all 6 will be able to get the answer. So the colors which are left now are blue, white and red are gone. Blue, white and red are gone. Black, green and yellow. So we have black, green and yellow. Okay, let us look at 2 out here. So when we say A took the white ball, he took the black ball is false. C is done, okay. He did not take the red ball. He did not take the red ball is okay. I need yellow, green and black. B took the blue ball. Okay, that's fine. B took the is fine. F took the red ball is fine. E took the yellow ball. Okay. One green ball was taken by B. So B is either yellow or green. E is either yellow or green. Okay. So it cannot be black. Okay. So F took the white ball is false. F did not take the white ball. A did not. He took the black ball is false. He cannot be done. Okay. He did not take the yellow ball. He did not take the yellow ball has to be true. He did not take the yellow ball, it has to be either green or black. Okay. Time over. I'm sorry. Yes, so stop annotating. This is where I am. Yes. Oh. I think I could have done a couple of more questions in quant and maybe a couple of more questions in English had this talk of annotation not happened. Let's see, go to the paper. I will now activate the chat box also. I have not been taking, I have not taken any question. Okay, let's see. I think a couple of more questions are definitely on, but let's quickly go through it. Quickly going through the questions that we have attended. Question 1 is correct. Okay, 2 correct, 3 is correct, 4. What mistake did I do out here? Question 4, what mistake did I do? Contractor does not the space in garage for 8 of his truck. Increase the size of the garage by 50%. Give space of 8 for trucks, then he wants. Oh, 40 should have been the answer. Question 4 is stupid of me should have been 40. Question 4, the answer should have been 32 plus 8. Extremely stupid of me. This is what is classified as an unforced error. If you have read my blog, I have always talked about unforced error or a mistake which the paper does not make you commit, you make it yourself. And this question is definitely an unforced error. Stupidity on my part. The correct answer should have been 32 plus 8. Because, okay. So got one wrong. Let's continue with the further question. So question 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 5 is fine. 5 should was easy. 6 is fine. 6, I think 6 was an approximate calculation that we did. We assumed, if I remember correctly, that the total volume for 2008 and 2009 would be 100 each. On that basis, that was fine. 7 was a question in which I took a small chance, if you remember correctly. I said that I don't think I can calculate statement 2 and statement 3, hence choice B and C have to be incorrect. Okay. So that was a small chance which we took. So question 8 is fine. 9th was fine, I don't have an issue. 10th, I think I could have attempted, but for that stupidity of annotation thing, I lost some time out here. Ashutosh, which question did I forget to mark? I will just pen it down. You just send a note to me. I will see that question. Okay, but question 10 is something I think is doable. Let me just try to do it now. I think this question was doable, but for that stupidity of annotation, I think I was 7-8% completely. Probability of 2 integers shows that I can have the same unit weight as the 2 integers. Okay, 51st. That's fine if you let's see. Please explain question 4 again. Okay. We will just go back to it. Okay. Question number 4. Okay, let me just go back to question number 4. Question number 4, yes. Let me just verify it. Yeah, question 4 should have been 40. Okay. Okay, those of you who want to see can check out the solution out here, but we'll just come back to it later also. Okay. But let me just quickly, like you, I too have a 90, I want to check out how many are correct and how many are incorrect, so I'll go to that first and then we'll come back and check out the question. Okay, okay, coming back here, question 10 I think was doable. We will do it once we come back, but I think it was definitely doable. Yes, Rahul, this is the level of question of CAT. When some of the questions are difficult, part could have been marginally or shade less difficult than what my paper in CAT was, but by and large I would say this tallies with the requirements of CAT. The question 11 was an easy one, so 12. Wow, got it correct. Again, shows you that if you can work with the figure. In this question, if you remember correctly, all I said was this figure is definitely to scale. If this figure is to scale, and I use my pen, the marker pen to measure this diameter. Remember this diameter of this particular figure, the smaller circle. The diameter of the smaller circle has to be slightly lesser than this. Okay. And as I measured my pen with this, I found this was approximately equal to this, or the diameter of the smaller circle is approximately equal to radius of this bigger circle, or the ratio of areas is 1:4. Among the choices, this one seems the most possible. Okay. So this question number, okay, should have been, again, the figure of helps get this question. Okay. 13 was an easy question, 14 I would say easy, 15 I am fine with that. 16, 17, 18, there I would be keen. Yes, the efficiency ratio. I used for this question of efficiency ratio the concept of averages. just explain what I did out here, because I'm sure that many of you would have missed out, because half the thing in this question when we are just running short of time, I did half the calculation in my mind, and we also had the annotation issue. Please understand, total income tax calculation is equal to corporate plus individual. Okay? So total divided by so the budget of total upon actual of total should be equal to budget of corporate upon actual and budget of this amount. So I am looking at the efficiency ratio. This is the average efficiency ratio. You understand? This is the average efficiency ratio. So when I looked at 2005-6, we have that average efficiency ratio greater than 1. In 2005-6, this is corporate is less than 1. So if the average is greater than 1, one of the components is less than 1, so the other one should be greater than 1. And this was the rule which I used. Yeah, this has been recorded. The recording will be available to all of you, and from tomorrow you can go through the question paper yourself also. Okay, but please understand the concept which I have applied for this particular question. I said if the total is nothing but the average of corporate and individual, so if the efficiency ratio of total is greater than 1, corporate is less than 1, so the individual should be, efficiency ratio should be greater than 1, because this is the average of corporate and individual. Okay, going further, efficiency ratio, fine. Corporate income tax question of this question I missed, or did I do it? I think I was, yeah. These two questions, if I look at the quantitative, I think I lost two questions because of the annotation issue, otherwise these two questions were solvable. Okay, but coming back further, yeah, that's, if you remember question, I assumed x and y to be 1 by 2 because x plus y equal to 1. SQC method is what I had applied there. So two questions which you have, tan surface 124, I don't know how good or how bad this is, but I think I lost about two questions of DI that I can able to solve. This I will say I am happy I did that, because even when I am looking at this question now, I am not sure how to do it. This again, if you remember correctly, we applied SQC out here in this question again. Assume took x equal to 3. X equal to 3 is available in these two choices. X equal to 3 does not satisfy, so the answer cannot be choice A or B, it has to be C or D. Between C and D, we checked out for x equal to 5. X equal to 5 is present only in choice D, not in C. And x equal to 5 is not possible because then the base of the log becomes 0, which is not possible. 22, 23 are fine. This was a simple question. Okay. Okay, let me look at this question now. At that point of time, I said looks difficult, but let me see. Number of applicants. I think I did the right thing by not doing this question. Looks complicated data, will take some time. This is a well left as far as I am concerned, question 25 to 27. Yes, Rahul, I checked only the base of the log. 25 to 27 is not doable as far as I am concerned. I will try it later on, but as far as I am concerned, a good choice to me, not worth attempting 25, 26, 27. 28 is fine. 28, if you go through the recording, please notice, I just worked on the ratio and did not do any calculation. There is not a question where calculation are required, but there will be a new temptation to do the calculation because the number is given and most of us are comfortable with calculation. No calculation are required in this question. When you go through the recording, just work on the ratio. Question 44 is fine. I did get stuck up here, but I think it's fine. 1080 question 30 is long. What did I do long out here? Let me just have a look at the solution. Correct answer is B. 12. Oh, I found $1,080 is the total amount we needed to find the amount for the first person. Again, two errors, both of them are extremely stupid, they were avoidable. In this question, I found that the total amount is 1080. The question is how many dollars did he start with? So the first person started with 6 by 18 of 1080. 6 by is not 6 by 18. 7 by 6 and 5 will have 7 by 18. 7 by 18. Wonderful. Two errors. Both of them are stupidity on my part. I was not careful and hence I made this mistake. Two errors, both of them are avoidable. Should have been careful with this. Okay. You will get unclocked 21 in your sys account tomorrow. Okay. Okay. So let's go to the next section now. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so both the errors are in quant. Fortunately, no error in English because in quant I have got two errors and this is total 42 attempts, total 42 I take too long. So both the errors are in quant. Okay. Question 31. If you remember, I was very sure that A is incorrect. So A cannot be part of my answer, but I was stuck between choice D, C and D. C and D I was not able to eliminate the choices, so I left alternative. But the correct answer, let us just check out the correct answer for this question. What happened? Okay, we'll check out later on. The answer is not opening. Let me go to the next question. Okay. What was the note? Yes, there was a note of solo photographic ring the note. Remember we had said ring the bell. Okay, so this was fine. Okay. Substituted in this way. Okay, comprehension is fine. This paragraph we have not attended, so I am not going to. There is something which I will do later, and you should be doing later. Good choice, please. Question 37 to 39. In any case, I am not comfortable with these kind of data, and because I don't want to make cases, and this would have meant making cases. So I skip this, but this has to be done by you definitely. Because this kind of question can come to you. If para jumble, we have got it right. This question was what is this? Grammar. We said 5. How did we eliminate? In every democratic, okay, this should have been country. Statement 1, okay, is incorrect. So, and if you look at the choices, 2, 3, 5 can be the only answers out there. So, and that means statement 4 is definitely incorrect, so we did not even check for it. Statement 3 should be allowed to live. Why there are more rules? Or live on the laws or on the rules was incorrect, so we eliminated here. Okay. Here, though I was initially not sure of the answer, if you remember, I was very sure that B and C cannot be the answer, they are correct usage. What we were helped by the fact that statement A has hits off, statement D has hits off. So hit off, I was very sure the answer will be either A or D because both the hit off are unlikely to be correct usages. And between the two hit off, he just seem to critic, don't hit off, they hit out. Hit out is to criticize. So critic hit off was the key out here for me. Let's look at the paragraph. Charles goes in, okay, this is fine. Okay, this is fine. Let's not waste too much time on the RP part. Jumble, yes, okay. Okay. If you remember here, I was stuck a little, but again we kept on eliminating choices. To the basic rules of completion, which I mentioned in my blog to get the answer. Yeah, 51. Did I mark an answer? 51. Oh shit, 51 I should have. How did I not mark? 51. What was the color of ball taken by C? C was, if I remember correctly, white. Oh. I did not mark this as an answer and hence I lost out. 52 I was unable to complete. So if I look at the question, 51 was the stupidity, I did not mark the answer. Okay. Okay, so that is what in the paper, if I remember correctly. No, this last passage we have done. 52 I did not mark the answer in any case. Did not have time. 53 is fine. 54. Okay, last set of data. Okay, so we have seen. So effectively, if I am analyzing my paper, I will say few things for me. First of all, when I am looking at two errors of the highest level of stupidity, avoidable, completely avoidable errors should not have happened. I am not uncomfortable with the fact that I have done about how many questions have I done in quant, by the way. I have not even counted. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have not done one, not attempted one till now. 15 is done. 16 is done. 17 not done. 18 not done. 20 not done. 25 not attempted, 26 not attempted, 27 not attempted, 47. I have attempted 23 questions in full mark with 2 errors. Yeah, I think it should have been 25 attempts, but my biggest problem is the fact that I got 2 errors which should not have happened. So while I am okay with not being able to attempt, but I am saying these 2 errors are avoidable. So 23 attempts, 2 incorrect, 21 right in quant, which means there is 21 correct in English. So this is QA, DX, this is EU, LR. Here I should have marked one more question. I missed that out. That was my stupidity. So the end of the day, I am saying my analysis first of all is 2 errors. One, mismarking, extremely stupid. Second thing, which is there is a set of data which I have not attempted in this, which I have to attempt. Though I am saying it was well left, and there were a couple of questions I have not attempted, I have to attempt them. In the English part, in the verbal ability reasoning part, I have to do the RC and the LR question which I have not been attempted. So that becomes the next part to it. If any questions you have, I'm okay taking any questions which you have. Let me just quickly glance to the what will be the cutoff of this paper? Difficult for me to say at this point of time, but I think while there are many of you who are attending the session, many people will be attending the paper in the next few days, because this will be open for everyone, and that is what the cutoff is likely to be. But I will say maybe still close to 110 would be a good score to achieve in this. It is achievable. 110 is a good score for this paper. Okay. Let me quickly go through the chat box and see what are the questions which are there, which I need to answer. Okay. I'm starting from the back. Yes, cat is as difficult as this, especially when I look at the VANR part. One RT passage was difficult, that romanticism one, while I have not attempted, I don't think it was a difficult passage. Second thing which was difficult for me was that one set of LR. Okay, so 2 things which were difficult, so it was on track. And when I look at the parajumble, the only thing which was missing in this paper was the new kind of parajumble which has not come in this. Okay. So you can expect similar level of mark in the paper. And if you remember correctly, I said in actual CAT, about 18 to 20 was a good attempt, and which is why I said this paper is a shade less difficult than what I have seen in CAT. Loham is asking me, did I actually read the passage or skip through it? I skimmed through the passage, but did not completely skim. I read the passage fast. I was skipping a few words, but why not try to get the gist of the passage? Then I go to the question, and if required, come back to the passage as it is required. Yeah, point I would say was not difficult. It was moderate to difficult, definitely not difficult. shade lower than difficulty than the actual cat. Okay. 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 So let me just look at what are the other questions which are here. Question 28, can we work with options? Okay, great. I would have definitely missed out on a few questions which should have been worked with options, but I hope you will be able to do them. Question on factorial, okay. The question on factorial, you take 500 factorial outside. What you have inside is not a multiple of 5 because it is 1 plus multiples of 5. Okay. Unproctored 21, again someone has written, will be available in your SIS effective tomorrow. Okay. People are answered. Great analog at 23, yes. Okay. I am not solving the question because I think you should be solving them yourself. Doctor. Okay. Okay. Yes, previous CAT question should be done. There will be CAT 2003 to 2008. Okay, I don't think there are too many questions. How will non-PL students get the solutions? Rajvi, Vinod, please send a mail to the students tomorrow morning so that they know how will they get the solution and where they can access this thing, this recording. What is the percentile score? As I said, when I'm saying the cutoff for the paper could be 105 to 110. And okay, I was score 154, so I'm assuming I will be above 98 percentile or closer to 99 percentile. But as I said, most of you, once you attend this paper, I'll be able to get an idea of where I stand. Calcium is sufficient. I think it would be helpful. You are asking for problem of 22 also, we'll try to put it up. Question 9 and 28 in section 1, you want to understand my way of solving the question. So let me just see what was question 9 and 28. Okay, question 9. This was a question of quadratic equation. Let me just solve this question for you. I think I will get the, I need to annotate again. I hope this will work this time. A plus B plus C equal to 0, and with the quadratic equation that I was able to see x equal to 1 is definitely one of the roots of this equation. Okay. So if x equal to 1 is one of the roots of the equation, but I can also see both the roots are 1, then the equation will be x minus 1 whole square, which is equal to x square minus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. That means in this question A is equal to 1, B equal to minus 2, and C equal to 1. This satisfies this condition of A plus B plus C equal to 1. That means exactly 1 root and 1 is not possible because both the roots also can be 1. So this cannot be the answer. Both roots of equation less than 1 are not possible because we know 1 root is 1. So we are left with these two choices. Okay, so I said let me check out for one of the roots of equation is C by A. I said product of roots is equal to C by A. If one of the roots is 1 and the other root is alpha, this becomes equal to alpha, or alpha is equal to C by A. So one of the roots has to be C by A. Because we know for sure one of the roots is 1, so hence this is the correct answer. Similarly, when I go to the question 28, so that's another question that you wanted to know my way of solving. What was question 28? Okay, top section of pipes. Let me do this because I know most of people are likely to look at the solution which is involving calculation, but this is a simple ratio question. This is the way I look at this. Radius of two pipes is the ratio of 1:2. If the radius is in the ratio of 1:2, the area of cross section will be in the ratio of 1:4. If the area of cross section is 4 times the speed of the water is flowing, then the speed should become the ratio of 4:1. Please understand, amount of water flowing through a pipe, amount of water that flows to the pipe, or the volumetric flow rate is equal to area of cross section multiplied with the speed of the water. So if I think same amount of water effect flows, and if the area has become 4 times, then the speed should become 1/4. So based on this, assuming same amount of water flows, if the speed of this pipe is water flowing here is 10, the flowing speed should be 2.5. The next thing it said is the pipe A can fill the tank alone in 2 hours. But if P1 is used as inlet and P2 is outlet pipe, so this is P1 and this is P2, and P2 is outlet, then they will together do in 4 hours, sorry. That means it is taking double the time. If it is taking double the time, that means whatever comes in from P1, half of that goes out. So in 4 hours it's taking, because only it is effectively working at half the speed. So whatever is coming in is half of that is going out of P2. So if X liters comes into P1, X by 2 liter will go out of P2. Or in other words, since it is taking double the time now, this speed should be even lesser, it should become half further, so 1.25. So if this speed is 10, this is 1.25, and so that is the way I work at this question. Okay. And hence I mark this as the answer. You will need to work a little on the ratio. If you are not comfortable with ratio, then we are better off starting and doing the complete calculation. Okay. Question 10, question 9. Okay. Question 10 and question 9. Let us look at question 9 and 10 also. What were they? Can you let's do the question 10? Question 9 we have done. Let me look at question 10. This question I think was doable. Should have gone, but we lost that stupid time on account of the annotation issue. But let's look at what is the probability that the product of 2 integers chosen as random has the same unit there as the 2 integers. To begin with, I will say that the 2 integers which have the same product. Okay, so if I multiply a number ending with 1 with another number ending with 1, I get 1. 2 to the 4 was 6 to the 9, 4 was the 65 into 5. I get a number ending in 25. Again in 5, 6. Number ending is 6 multiplied with itself. So it is 6, 7, 49, 8 is 64, 9 is 81, 10, 0. So 0 into 0, again 0. So product of 2 integers chosen and has the same unit rate. So the unit rate should be 0 for 0, 1, 5 or 6. Only then it should happen. So first thing is, the first number which we choose has to be 4 out of the 10 digits. The unit digit of whatever number we choose has to be one of these 4. Okay? So the first integer should be ending in 0, 1, 5 or 6. So there are 4 ways, because if it has to end there, then the unit digit of any number can be anything from 0 to 9, or there are 10 such numbers. 10 unit digit, out of which only 4 are useful for us. Okay? So once I get one of them, in the next one I have a probability, I have to do 1 by 10. For example, it's the first digit which has, first number which I have picked up ends with 1. The second one should also end in 1, so 1 by 10. Or the first number which I have picked up ends in 5. The second one should end in 5. So the second one I am only 1 out of 10. So this should be 4 out of, and wait, among the choices, okay, so that is 1 by 25. So this should, that will be the correct answer. Question 10. Okay, what else is here? Nine 28 I have done already. Let's go further. See, round 1, I will typically do round 1 something like 30-35 plus. Today I would have taken a little more time because of the annotation issue which kept on breaking my rhythm. But normally round 1 will be about half the time 30 to 35 plus, and on the higher side to go to 40 plus, but by the 35 plus is the ballpark I look for myself, because that is the way I look at it in the paper. Please understand, for some of you round 1 could be over 20 minutes, some of you may take 45 minutes. So don't try to make that as a benchmark for yourself also. Your benchmark has to be based on your strengths and weaknesses. What would be a percentile? I don't know. As I said, question 9 we have done. CAT question. In what category would you categorize current CAT question? Current CAT question in my CAT paper, in round 1 I did 13 questions. Okay, so in there again I would have done about 25 runs or so. In round 2 I did one set of DI questions, then I did 3 other part questions and then another set of DI. So I did 16 and 16. No, I did a total of 22 questions actually. Yeah, 13, 6 and 9. 13 and 9. So round 1 I did 13, round 2 I did 9 questions and the actual CAT, so 22 was my attempt in that paper. 124 is fine. Question 3 and 4 of question 1. Question 3 and 4 of QA. Let's look at question 3 and 4, what is there. Question 3 again, when I just started about the SQC question for me, this question has choices which are very useful and I use the choices. When I get choices, I said let me just say B is equal to 0. If B is equal to 0, A should be minus 1, C should be plus 1, D should be 2, E should be 3. So in which case this condition is not satisfied. So 0 is not a possible answer, that means this and this is incorrect. Now between these two choices B and D, 11 is present in both of them, so 11 will satisfy. So I need to check out whether minus 1 satisfies or not. So I said this is minus 1 square, this should be minus 2 square, this should be 0 square, this should be 1 square, this should be 2 square. Obviously, this square will be equal to this square. So 0 satisfied, hence this is the correct answer. So we use the choices for question number 3. Let me look at question number 4 also, because someone has asked for question 4 also. Okay. Question 4 is the stupidity which I committed. I calculated that his original space was for, look at this space, he increased the size of garage by 50%, that means the size of garage became 3 by 2 times. The size of garage has become 3 by 2 times, he has extra space for 8 by 2. So originally his space was for 32 and now his space should be for 40. So now his space is for 48. Okay, going further out here. Question 14. Let me see what is question 14. Okay, question 14, let us just solve it. Because someone else had also asked for this question. So let me just solve the question so that there is no issue with respect to this. If I look at this, I will say, let me take 500 factorial common in this. So if I take 500 factorial common, I have 500 factorial inside. On account of this, it will become 1 plus 500 factorial has been taken away. So what is left is 500. Okay, let me just. So just coming back to this question, 505 factorial. I can write it as 500 factorial into 501 into 502 into 503 into 504 into 505. So if I take 500 factorial common from all of these, from this 1 plus some multiple of 5. So let me just. So it will be 500 factorial is common into 1 plus some multiple of 5. Okay, let me put this way. This is nothing but some multiple of 5. I hope we will get it right this time, else we will get this way. Okay. This is 500 factorial into 1 plus 501 into 502 into 503 into 504 into 505 plus similarly 501 up to 510, okay, and so on for the third one. Okay. Or in other words, I can say effectively this expression can be written as 500 factorial into 1 plus some multiple of 5. Now obviously when this is 1 plus some multiple of 5, it is not going to give me any power of 5 because only this it could have given me a power of 5. But when I add 1 to this number, for example 505, it will become 506. So this number will not give me any power of 5. So whatever is the power of 5 will come only upon the 500 factorial. So effectively the question is, what is the highest power of 5 which will completely divide 500 factorial, or what is the highest value of n such that 5 to power n completely divides 500 factorial, which means 500 will have 100 multiples of 5, 100 by 5 which is 20 multiples of 5 square, 20 by 5 which is 4 multiples of, this is 100, this 500 by 5, this is 100 by 5, this is 100 by 20 by 5 multiples of 5 cube, so 124. Thankfully we were able to finish this. Okay. What other question? Question 9, 14 we have done. Question 3, 4 I think we have done. 14 we have done. Quant is slightly easier. VALR is as difficult or maybe slightly more difficult than CAT. Question 28. I think we have done question 28. Let me just quickly go through that question again. But yes, we have done, so I'll skip that question. Question 30, section 1. Question 30. Okay, someone has a problem. I got that wrong because I did not read the question carefully. Had I read the question carefully, I would have got this right. Okay. The three people have a, let me say the three people are A, B and C. The first person had 7 by 18 of the total amount initially. He had 6 by 18 and he had 5 by 18. And finally the first person had 5:4, which is 6 by 11 and 4, 15. 6 by 15 of the total amount. He had 5 by 15 of the total amount and he had 4 by 15 of the total amount. The total amount obviously is the same. Now this means we still have 1/3 of the total amount initially as well finally, so there is no change of the amount of money which we have. We have as much money finally as much we had initially. So the only change would have happened, one out of A and C has lost money and the other has gained money. So 7 by 18, I compared 7 by 18 and 6 by 15. 6 by 15 is 40% and 7 by 18 is less than 40%. Actually 10% of 18 is 1.8, so 40% is 7.2. 7.2 upon 18 would have been 40%, so this is less than 40%. That means initially A had lesser money and finally he had more money. So the gain is on account of A. So A has gained $12. So if the total amount of money was X, initially A had 7 by 18 of X, finally he had 6 by 15 of X. Or the difference has to be $12. So here we get X is equal to $1080. And I mistakenly, we get marked the answer this without realizing. The question said how much money did he start with? He means the person who has gained money. So the money he started would have been equal to 1080 into 7 by 18. So 18 3 is 54, 18 6 is 108, so 60 into 7, 420. Unfortunately, I should have got this answer correct. My mistake that I got this answer correct. Okay, let's see. I think we have done all the questions out here. The RC should be attempted before LR or not, that's a personal choice. Okay. It's a personal choice, your choice completely. I normally do RC earlier because I am not very comfortable leaving RC for the end. Quant and DI or analytical is is something I'm reasonably comfortable, so I can leave it for these also. Question 10, I think we have solved that again, so let me not get back to it. I think I solved, but let me verify. Question 10. Where's question 10? Yes, question 10 we have solved, so I will not repeat that question. Rectangle question, okay, someone had a question, solve the rectangle, this was the question. See what is, you need to just look at the figure and it should be very clear. In this question, let me assume the width to be x. So this is x, this is x, this is x. Or the length effectively is nothing but of the rectangle is 3x. So this should be 1.5x. Yeah. So all I am saying was, if the width of each of the smaller rectangles is x, that means the length of each of the smaller rectangles is 1.5x. Or if this is 1.5x and this is x, that means the figure, this particular figure, the width effectively is equal to 2.5x and the length is equal to 3x. Or the perimeter is given as 88, that means 3x plus 2.5 is 5.5x, or 11x, which is the perimeter, is equal to 88, or x is equal to 8. If x is equal to 8, what is the perimeter of the smaller form rectangle? This is x, this is 0.5x, so 2.5 into 2, 5x, so 5x is nothing but 8 into 5, which is equal to 40. So choice is the correct answer. 5 questions we have done. Okay, any single question 10 we have done. Question number 4 we have done. 5 questions. Okay, 14 we have done just now. Yeah, question, I don't think there's an issue. Okay, let's go to that question, LR question, because I think I missed out on marking one of the answers if I remember correctly. So question, it was, if I remember, we want the last set of data. Okay, so where are we out here? Yes, here this is where it is. So I think we got that right. It said, let's solve this question. Somewhere I made a mistake. So but let me just solve this, try to solve this question. Okay, let me also look at let me do here because I used question 51 if you remember correctly to solve this question also. So let me just try to solve this. Out here if I remember correctly, where did I start with? Yeah. Out of these two, one has to be correct, one has to be incorrect. So A did not take the blue ball, it's to be false. That means A has taken the blue ball. A, B, C, D, E, F. A has taken the blue ball. So there is no problem with this. A has got the blue ball. Okay. So A takes the blue ball. So now I go to the statements again and start getting each one of them right or wrong. At least A and blue combination. Let me see. So E took the blue ball has to be false because A has taken. A took green ball has to be false because he's taken blue ball. E did not take yellow. E took black. F white. F did not white. We'll worry about that later. E took yellow. F took yellow. One blue ball was taken by me. F took red ball. B took same ball as A is not possible because every person has taken only one ball. B took the blue ball, incorrect. That means F took the red ball has to be 2. Okay. So F took the red ball. When we got here we said C cannot be correct, C cannot be taking red ball, C cannot be taking blue ball. The other thing is B took, this is false, this is false. That means this has to be true. This has to be true. B took the green ball. So B has to take the green ball. F has taken the red ball. So And we got white, so either way it doesn't matter. So B took the green ball, so B took the green ball, that should be the answer. Because B took the same colored ball as S is wrong. Only one statement about B is correct, so this statement has to be correct. So T did not take the red ball. That should be false. No, I'm missing out on something. Somewhere I'm missing out this, so let me just clean up this thing. Maybe we can do it later again. We started off with, so this has to be true, there is no problem with this. This has to be true, so false. This has to be false. F has to be taken right false. Is there any other statement about B? So this has to be. That's fine, this is C. I'm sorry, I made a mistake again. So A, B, yeah. Okay, I hope you know, you understand how I did the question. Question 51, B to got the white ball. I did not put this, I forgot to mark the answer, so I lost out there. And this question will also be solved now. Okay, so request that you do this question yourself. And Lydia, you opportunity to do the question on this itself. The ball is on, I don't see any question. So Nishal, I hope you have understood this statement. It says two statements, only one statement which has been said about B is correct. And we have found that this is false and this is false. That means this has to be less than B2. So B has taken the, so A, B, I'll leave this here. So we can solve this question now, I hope. Okay. So going further, this LR is not difficult. I think the other, there was one which was difficult, one was the other one. But that is my discomfort which is coming out. Some of you may find the other LR question also easy. One could be slightly more difficult than what we have got here. Okay. Yeah, these are attainable scores. Rahul is asking without RC and LR, do you think this score can be attainable? Without RC and LR, you cannot. RC and LR, you have to do this. So I'll say again, about 40, 42 attempts was definitely on the paper. I've done the 5 questions, so we'll not go back to it again. QA, DI comparable to flat, QA shade difficult, is easier. DI is exactly, so in the first section, DI is exactly the same level. QA is a shade easier. In the second section, it is exactly at the level of CAT. This paper overall is slightly less difficult because QA is 21 questions. I find that this is slightly easier as compared to a regular, the CAT paper which I had. Swati is asking a question that you could have attempted 25, but you said a good attempt is 22. Swati, please understand, when I am doing this paper, I am not under pressure. Except yes, I am sitting in a zoo inside a cage and all of you are observing, so that creates the pressure. But at the end of the day, I don't have anything to lose. In an actual paper, you will be under pressure. Everyone is under pressure. So you should assume that whatever number of questions that I could have done, it should be reduced by 10%. So 2-3 questions less is a good attempt. And which says, this is a good attempt for this paper. For the actual CAT, I would say 20 because the actual CAT one was slightly more difficult than the quant we have out here. Okay? So because there would be additional pressure on account of the paper, you will be under the pressure and hence your attempts could be a little lower. As I said earlier, my way of doing RC is I read the passage fast, but try to remember the main points of the passage and critical words here and there, and after reading the question I go back to the passage and identify the question from there. So this works well with actual passages. I don't think this approach would have worked in the romanticism passage which I did not attend. That passage if I were doing, most probably I would read it carefully, because if you don't understand the passage which is difficult to read, you will not be able to get the answers also. Okay. Okay, I did not, so someone is asking, Aditya asking, he did not understand my approach of leaving RT. I did not attempt the, in the first glance, the CRT passages, when I came across those passages, I tried to understand what is the level or what is the subject of the passage. Are they easy to read or difficult to read? Glancing to the passage, I realized passage 1 is romanticism, philosophy, and appeared difficult to read, so I was not comfortable with it. Other two passages were easy to read, looked like articles from a magazine or a newspaper, and then I went for them. So the subject of the passage for me is the most important item, and that is what I used to get the answer. I decide which one to attend. 10 days to do, go ahead and keep revising and focus on CAT 2003 to 2008 for Quant, 2000 to 2008 for English usage and RT. I think I have answered most of the questions. How do you calculate fast? That's my strength area. Calculation is something which is my strength area, and yes, I have a good calculation speed. And probably that is why I was able to attempt a couple of questions more than most of what most of you will be able to attempt. Okay, those of you who lost out on join later for whatever reason, don't worry, you will be getting the recording, definitely. How can we take any value in question 19? Let me see what was question 19. Question 19. Question 19, it is this condition is true for all values of x. The question says if x plus y is 1, what is the value of this expression? So that means as long as this condition is satisfied, this should give me the same answer. This condition has to be satisfied. Look at the choices. There is no choice for none of these or data insufficient. If there was a choice for data insufficient, that means for different values of x, y, there could be different values of this expression. So question 19, especially because there is no choice which has got insufficient data, I can use any value of x and y. I would suggest you put x and y as 1 by 4 and 3 by 4 and check out for this expression. I'm sure you still get the same answer. Okay. Okay. LR, level of difficulty of LR, right on par with what we can, more difficult than what you get in CAT. In CAT, most of the LR papers have got all the sets of data which are easy. Here we had one set which I think is difficult. Logical reasoning, that question of which one was that okay, I have got, but one set was extremely difficult, and which is why I did not do it. That ISL, the Rajasthan Royals, etc., which was based on the IPL funda. Okay, anything else? Question 51, 52, someone wants explanation of question 51, 52, let me go back to those questions. Okay, 50, 51, 52, we have done a couple of times, and so I'm leaving to you to solve it again. DI level is exactly the same what I have got here. This is a very good paper if I have to see what parts of CAT has replicated. This paper has replicated DI exactly, English usage exactly, RT exactly. Verbal, the analytical reasoning is a little more difficult because all papers, the analytical reasoning was very easy. So in this paper, sophomore 21, analytical reasoning is a little more difficult. The quant section is a little more easy. So I would say, on the whole, it is the same level, but quant is a little more easy, analytical reasoning a little more difficult. But when I look at DI, English usage, RT, this is exactly the level which I would expect in CAT, which has come in CAT this year. Is it advisable to attempt just 45 to 48? Yes, it's the paper which decides how much should you attempt. We attempt questions based on the level of difficulty of the paper. Okay. Let me just close the session. I think we have covered everything. So I will be closing the session. I hope it has been useful for you. I'll stop the sharing part first. I hope this has been useful for you, and I hope I've been able to give you some pointers as to why I leave a question, how I attended, what is the basis for deciding. A request to you finally is, don't look at just replicating this. Look at it, what works for you, that is what you have to do. Don't just copy it, identify what works for you, and be clear in your decision. If you notice, I did not waste too much time in deciding whether to attempt the question or not. When in doubt, leave is the motto which I follow. For example, in the quant, if you remember that probability question, though I was inclined towards doing it, but I decided very fast that I should leave it. So don't worry about this part. Be decisive, take a quick decision, move on. Not taking a decision is a bigger problem than taking an incorrect decision. What is the incorrect decision you will take? Attempting the question or not attempting the question. So even if you say, I have left an easy question, that is fine. So when in doubt, leave is the motto I will suggest. All the best. Those of you who have papers there. So take care and all the best, all of you. I will be closing the session now. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much. I'm switching off now. All the best, all of you.